Did Viper just ask me to stream on YouTube?
He did. Honestly, I'm still fucking annoyed the Xbox does not give like direct streaming to YouTube options.
Right? Like, how does it not have direct stream to you? That would completely solve all my problems. Well, allow me to make streaming YouTube content.
It would just be fucking nice, so that way I don't have to fucking go through this whole Twitch middleman bullshit.
Dude, you wouldn't even have to host me. I could just stream from my own channel. People could just send me over there on Sundays. And then like be no problem.
That is true.
We could actually do real genuine stream collabs on YouTube because I could just broadcast from the Xbox.
Because
You could,
Sony,
like, no.
Sony can like the PlayStation can do that. That's why I'm so fucking confused why the Xbox can't.
Yeah.
'Cause
I don't even think they have. Do they have a Facebook streaming option? Because they said they were dropping Mixer to like collaborate with Facebook Gaming. And I don't even know if they have like a Facebook
I
option.
don't even think Facebook gaming's still a thing. I mean, it might still be. I've heard fuck all about it.
Well,
It was always kind of a joke, kind of like the metaverse.
uh, well. Anyway, we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
So we are here to do some DMD runs. We're back with the special DMD runs, and this time I can give a choice to the audience. So I've got like say like 3 hours. You guys can choose whether you want me to retry my DMC3 one, which will be substantially better. I can start a DMD run for DMC5, or I can do one for DMC1. If I do the one for DMC5, I'll be given access to about 10 gold orbs, and I have to make it through the game with the standard characters, so no Virgil, and no other items
Why do you say standard?
allowed.
Why do you say standard characters? There's more than one character.
No, I mean like the default setup, so like Nero, Dante V, no Virgil.
I thought you were saying DMC3. My bad.
Yeah, and then for DMC1, it would just be like standard Dante, no super costume Dante, no Sparta costume Dante, and then only Dante and DMC3, no Virgil allowed. No special Dante costumes either.
All right, boys, you must
What,
choose.
what is the chat want? Because if the chat doesn't decide quickly, play DMC2. Not yet. I have to wait for Zim.
It's not my fault.
I have that run ready to go.
It's not my fault. DMS1 DMD. We're making your hand develop carpal tunnel.
Bold of you to assume DMC1 can give you carpal tunnel, but okay, that's one for that. 5? Okay, so DP Man wants 5, Viper wants 1. The choices are 1, 3, and 5. Because we did 4 already. I did my portion. I'll wait for Devil to do his, and then we'll do like one more, and then we'll be done.
Wait.
I'm waiting to do the reboot with Kyle's.
Is Devil supposed to pick up where you left off on DMC4, or is
No, he starts from the beginning, goes as far as he possibly can, and then if he finishes, he finishes. We don't have to do any more. But if he fails, then we both come back and we decide we then decide who does the next run, but we both get to cooperate with one another.
the biggest challenge
can
will be
share as
getting
much
you two?
information.
The biggest challenge will be getting you two fuckers in the same room at the same time.
I know that is arguably the hardest part. The rest will be like smooth sailing.
The chat over there's really thinking hard about. Can I put a poll actually on? Hang on.
Dude, speedrunning DMC1 DMD 100% is asking for pain. The amount of button mashing needed is insane.
Oh, I can create a poll. All right, hang on.
The amount of roll canceling needed is also insane. Like the grenade gun is the best thing you've ever seen in your life, and the shotgun at times. Wait, do you actually have a poll in YouTube chat for this?
Apparently I do. Hang on.
Technology. Lands on a draw. I mean, if it ends on a draw, I'll just tie break it and then just like.
The poll.
I don't have a.
There you go. The poll should be up now. Look at that technology. It's incredible.
Am I allowed to vote?
As far as I know, anyone should be allowed to vote. It's right there. Look at that. So
I mean,
DMC,
should I vote? Because it wouldn't be very impartial if I did.
you may not vote till the voting is at least done. DMC3 multiplayer Blade Palace Wednesday. I am not buying a fucking Switch.
Nope, that's not happening. It wouldn't even matter. It's not online multiplayer. It's local. I'd have to go to Cali and find Zim and sit down and be like, "Hey, you want to play some Switch?"
I feel like unironically it'd probably be easier if I just went to Texas. Hang on. Okay, ignore DMC2. Okay, so it's a fucking tie because every time I set up a fucking poll, these guys just insist on making it. Oh, DMC1's winning by 50%. I
All right,
don't.
guys. Do we want to give it another? Do we want to give it another minute?
Well, we're gonna give it another minute. We're gonna give it one more minute. Let's see if anyone else can choose.
Anyone else can join.
Let's see if anyone's willing to choose the fate of the crowd.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like difficulty-wise, DMC1 is going to be the hardest. DMC3 is going to be somewhere in the middle, and DMC5 will be the easiest of this. But none of them are considered like the easiest by far. That would go to like 4 and the base version of the reboot, along with the definitive edition. Five's like Five's like a medium difficulty DMD. Three's like a hard one, and then 1 is by far the hardest. Very hard.
Okay,
DMD.
someone show up for DMC5.
Okay, so what do we have?
So currently, DMC3 has lost by the looks of it, and we're currently just stuck on DMC5 and DMC1. Is there anything everyone has voted? Let me take a look. No, according to this, I have 7 concurrent viewers, and 5 of them have voted. So we're missing one person besides Mangler.
I'm voting, or I haven't voted. I'm watching the stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think it might be counting me.
Well, yeah, but it's not gonna count me. So there's one person left who's just not voting. But I guess at this point you're gonna have to decide between DMC5 and 1 because it looks like the other person's not gonna vote.
All right.
We'll end the poll.
I'm gonna go. Probably. Well, hang on. I do have to mention before I start that the amount of gold orbs I have depends on the version. So 5 will have 10 gold orbs, 3 will have 12, and 1 will have about 16. That's how many lives are given. Okay, so why don't I just do a coin flip? I'll make this interesting.
So yeah, like at this point, you literally
Give it a
just
chance.
choose which one you want to do.
Where are the coins? All right. Do I not have a fucking coin?
Oh, is there
Where?
a manga sale going on in Barnes and Noble? You don't have a coin? Well, since we're here, why not go do DMC1?
Zim, you got a coin?
I do not have a coin. No, I'm sorry.
I'll be right back once I go find a coin.
Are you fucking kidding me? Wow. DMC15 is a draw. I mean, I guess I can kind of understand. I mean, I guess I can kind of understand why people want to do DMC5. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like probably seen a lot of DMC5 in the past few years. You think you'd probably want to see the other DMCs, but you know, that's just me personally. You know, we probably could just use the fucking app to just do a coin flip at this point. See, every fucking time someone's like, oh, do a poll. Do a fucking poll. This is exactly why I don't do polls. Currently playing Pokemon Coliseum right now. I have no clue what the fuck that is. Is that the, no, the PC one's like called Pokemon Showdown or something, right?
All right. I'm back.
You find everything you needed?
I have found a coin. All right. So heads will do DMC1. Tails will do DMC5.
This channel is recommended by YouTube now. I'm listening and watching live while working. Well, to be fair, that's what happens when you comment.
Well, I managed to launch the coin away from my current position.
How the fuck did you fuck up a coin toss?
It landed on tails.
Alright, so what does that mean?
DMC5.
Alright, I guess we're doing DMC5.
Okay. Good for nothing coin. Gets launched away from my position. Alright. We'll be doing the special edition. Because we're special today.
Very well.
Let's go to the manga. Mangler, what are your thoughts on the Bleach trailer? It was really nice. Animation looks nice. I'm excited for what they're going to be adding. Because Kubo did mention that there will be new scenes. That's going to be extended.
Basically, because
there are
the
scenes...
1,000-year blood war arc the first time was a fucking mess.
Well, no, it wasn't really a mess. The Soul King's Palace portion and onwards was a mess. The actual, like, most of the arc, up until the Yamamoto fight, was completely fine. It's just like, especially like when the Vanderreich starts attacking, it's just like when they get to the Soul King's Palace, the pacing starts becoming rather atrocious.
Was that?
I want to read. What?
Was that fucking Goliath?
Yeah, so in the special edition, you get access to, like, special announcers, so, like, every single character in the game can announce the title screen.
That's interesting. Hang on. It was recommended when I was not commented yet. Oh, that's weird. Oh, Jawar.
Yes.
I guess that explains how I still keep getting fucking subscribers, even though I don't release videos half the fucking time.
Alright.
Congrats, Sim. The YouTube gods has blessed you. I've actually gotten, like, I'm at 1207 right now for subscribers.
So, I guess I think I mentioned this initially in the rules, but like for optional boss fights, generally speaking, like I'm not required to fight every single enemy in the game. So like,
I was about to say,
if an enemy if I'm scripted to lose to an enemy, I don't have to fight and kill the enemy, nor should I be penalized for losing the enemy because I'm supposed to lose to that enemy. Also, if I don't have to fight like a specific boss fight, if I can just skip that area, such as like the first Griffin fight in DMC1, I'm not required to actually fight that one. Wait.
I will tell you just up front, I'm not... What the fuck? Wait.
Oh yeah.
What? You get pictures if you just play the game now?
No, you get that in DMC5, the vanilla as well. It's like once you start completing the game, then after you do an S rank combo on an enemy, it screen caps what it looks like, and then puts it next to their profile.
Oh, what's so on the rise? That's good shit. Good shit to work. Zim, do you know the gem of the game? Do you know the gem of the game in old Xbox? Phantom Dust? I do not know about Phantom Dust now. I've seen the video talking. Well, I haven't seen the video talking about it, but I've heard, like, you can't really get anywhere without hearing about the game right now, I think. So it must have been pretty impressive.
Am I really on DMD? These enemies are kind of trash. Oh wait, they are in cruisers.
Oh no, by all means, keep talking shit.
Well, I mean, last time I had to fight these guys without any equipment except for color up, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself.
I did not play DMC5 once. I beat DMC5 on every difficulty by Hell in Hell mode. I just didn't really bother, like... I don't play the way you guys do. I play more efficient.
You would love DMC3's DMD. It's all about efficiency. It's literally just... That mode is just beaten by patience. People make it a lot worse than it actually seems. I mean, yeah, it's probably like the third hardest DMD for sure, but
I
like...
mean, I'm just not the biggest fan of Dante.
Understandable. I think my enjoyment for most of the base Dantes kind of caps at 3, though I actually do like 5's Dante a lot.
I'm gonna... So, if we're talking in order of DMC games, DMC 3 and 4, in my opinion, and I might get crucified for this one, have the worst Dante.
The worst Dante?
The worst Dante.
Are you talking about like the non-style switching version?
I have not played style switching. Me and my cousins always square up for fighting, turning it. Is Phantom Dust a fighting game? I thought it was like a fucking single player like RPG shit. I'm not too familiar with what the Phantom Dust shit is. I'm gonna be honest.
I would probably give you shit for that, if only because you included 3 in that. I would definitely put 4, like, design-wise, is one of the worst Dantes.
Well, so I'm kind of also doing this under the comparison point of what else I have at my disposal in the game in question.
Well, so I don't... If we're considering that, I wouldn't even consider DMC2 on the list, because DMC2 isn't really given a proper depth time.
Well,
and Dante's only given, like, the assets that he has in that game.
Okay, hang on. DMC2 Dante exists, my guy. Okay, see, that's why I wanted to clarify it. The reason I say DMC4 Dante, or DMC3 Dante is also really bad, at least in my personal opinion again, is partially because of the fact that DMC3 Virgil exists. Whereas in DMC2, Dante's comparison point is Lucia, who plays arguably better in melee, but far worse in range, and Trish, who kind of has the best of both worlds, to be fair.
And Trish is just designed to be DMC1 Dante.
Yeah, so it's like, for me, that's where I kind of sit down and I look at the whole situation as... That's why I wouldn't consider Dante having that DMC2 Dante on that list. Mangler, for fuck's sake, just kill yourself. You're not supposed to win this anyways. What was the whole point of your little spiel at the beginning?
Hang on a sec. Wanted to see if I had enough damage. Yeah, I don't actually have a breaker loadout for this. Hang on.
I like DMC4 muscularity with DMC. DMC2 Dante is the best outfit Dante's ever had.
Wow, that damage.
Which is really fucked when you think about it.
Yeah, because no one wants to observe it.
It's also,
I'll be honest.
Oh,
I think design-wise, based on like game design, enemy interactions, DMC1 and DMC5 are the best Dantes, design-wise. Like as far as like how well they interact with the assets in the game. 3 would be close if like he wasn't operating under the one style system, and if like so many of his assets weren't like, if the standard version and all the updated versions didn't like, if they just had access to style switching and a proper working version of style switching, not the shit version of that exists on the Switch.
You are not a fan of the Switch version of style switching. It's like you're only style switching.
The shotgun in that version is bugged so that even if you upgrade it, it doesn't do any more like higher damage than the base level 1 shotgun.
What?
And you also
that seems pretty fucking game breaking.
It is. So you also can't switch to like what style you want, like on. Okay, so you can't switch to your. So I think styles you can technically switch via like the D-pad as you wish, but the guns you cannot switch like. You can't. You don't have full custom like you do in DMC5. Like you can't equip any combination of 2 through 5 guns. Once you get the guns, you have all 5 of them in a dial, and you must pass through them in the order that they're allowed. So if you have Ebony and Ivory, then the shotgun, then like Spiral, you have to cycle through Ebony and Ivory to the shotgun to the Spiral. You can never put Spiral in front of Ebony and Ivory or otherwise, or just carry Spiral or just carry Ebony and Ivory. That locks in, that eliminates a huge amount of depth from the combat system, and a huge amount of choices, because it basically means that people that are given the style switching options are now in the same mode that like style switching Dante on the Switch has the same flaws that DMC4 Dante has, in that you cannot customize him at all to allow access to his depth.
So, according to Viper, you're just arguing first game syndrome.
First game syndrome, DMC3. Define what DMC is. Wait. Oh no, so that's incorrect. The reason style switching wasn't included in the base versions was because of hardware limitations. It has nothing to do with defining the genre. Which means that for all the later adaptions of like DMC3, there's not really any excuse for the first and the second ports of the HD collection, especially not for the emulated ones in the Series X. There is no excuse for not having access to a proper working version of the style switch. Look at those 90 improvements.
I feel like you feel personally offended that they fucking don't have style switching.
I mean, I'm not going to use the point that if modders can do it, they can do it.
But you want to use that. You want to use that point.
No, it's more so like you've had all this time, and you chose to put it on the Switch. Also, they made it very clear that they were able to do it because they weren't able to do it because of hardware limitations. So as soon as they got the Xbox 360, that argument flies out the fucking window. They should have been able to put like a style switching version on that port. And if not, they should have put one on the HD, the new HD port version.
Hang on.
They just chose not to.
So Mangler, when you said the pacing was messy at the Soul King Palace, were you talking about when you watch Invader, or when Ichigo gained his dwells on Pucto?
I was talking about when Yuha invaded with the shadows, and he shows up to fight the Zero Squad. Because Ichigo's like backstory Ichigo's backstory is explained pretty well in Everything But the Rain, but it's after the chapters in Everything But the Rain, which I think that's like volume 60, that the pacing starts to get a little bit wonky.
Whatever the fuck that means. Fake 90 Impulsa's Human World didn't collapse trying to hold 90 points of space. Is that how actual math would fucking work in this situation?
Not watching the chat, but that sounds really dumb.
Well, I mean, obviously it's a joke, but like, I'm just like actually asking, like, is that?
Oh no, yeah, it's definitely a joke, but like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, would someone actually argue that if they just didn't like the 90 statement?
Yeah.
For reference in the chat, if you ever don't like the 90 statement, just say you don't like the 90 statement. And you wouldn't like to use it, that's fine. Like, I'll say that isn't an argument, but at least, like, we can be honest with ourselves. That's what's important here, is that we're clear and concise about, like, our wording.
I hope the Platinum Games make a sequel to God Hand, because Over the Shoulder is on the trend now, like Evil West and God of War Ragnarok. Yeah, that's true, but I think in the case of at least Ragnarok, they kind of gave up their identity a little bit.
Now they're paying for it with dick pics.
That has to be the
you don't know about that.
No, yeah, I was talking, I think, to Sparta one night with Kyle and them, and then out of nowhere, he posted a link that apparently the God of War devs have been harassed by their own community, which, there's some peak irony in that situation, by being sent dick pics. Okay, so apparently, according to have you ever seen what culture like video games or no? What culture?
Yeah, I've seen a couple videos. I get them confused with Watch Mojo sometimes, though.
Damn. So I was watching because they made a video talking about God of War. Apparently, based off what they were able to find, potentially November is going to be the release date for Ragnarok.
Yeah. No, if it doesn't get delayed,
You think it's
but we haven't seen anything. So the thing is that we're into July. This is about the time where they started marketing right now, or they should be marketing right now.
yeah, it seems like they forgot the memo.
That's why kind of Cory Barlog's kind of being like, well, you need to be a little patient, and I'm just like, okay, but like, I personally don't care, but
How patient do you want us to be, Corey? How long must we suffer until we get truth?
sorry, I was just checking something.
That's fine. No, but seriously, like no joking aside for a minute, fucking like, how the fuck does this make sense that God of War Ragnarok is like this fucking sort of like, we're all waiting this long for it, and you guys can't give a single fucking release date? Like, come on.
Oh shit, I timed that incorrectly. What the fuck? Look how much of a difference it makes when you have fucking charge shot.
By real life standards, time exists in those spaces, not limited by 4D and higher dimensions. Doesn't give you measurable speed. Well, the whole
Higher
higher.
dimensions, being in higher dimensions doesn't change your speed at all. It just means you travel at a digital access point. All that it would determine is that you cover more distance. Was that pain?
No, so fucking. I was gonna say like I think only like character stats does it like that, where they'll say that
Yeah.
like higher dimensions automatically give you fucking new speed ratings.
They think being like 5D gives you a measurable speed.
Yeah,
Kind of
because
funny.
technically like you would be beyond linear space and time. I think is like their argument.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it's not entirely like an unfounded belief idea.
It is in that we don't really know the nature of higher dimensions.
Well, I was gonna say like technically, as silly as it sounds, everything we talk about in power scaling is technically all based on theoretics. Theoretics for people who spend their time playing video games.
It is, but like the example of like even like infinite or immeasurable speed by definition have like no theoretical basis behind them. Like at least things like the fourth dimension have some theoretical basis behind them. There's no theoretical basis behind it for infinite or immeasurable speed. Much less like how you would view like physics in the existence of a higher dimension. This is kind of why, like, just being in different dimensions, in different universes, different places without space or time, or with high levels of space and time, all you can really give is, like, resistances to, like, space, time, acausality, things like that. That's the only thing that you can definitively give without greater context in a verse. I actually remember someone trying to disregard the secondary canon for DMC because DMC Fear Hacks doesn't exist in the canon game or something like that. That's not actually true. Um, so in all of the DMC games, even in DMC1, it's established that if the demon world comes into contact with you, you'll lose your mind or your sanity. So the DMC1 guidebook talks about this, but it actually references like things in the castle that when Dante goes to investigate various items in like mission 2 or whatever, when he starts looking around, he finds records of basically like execution dates and things like that in the rooms with the divinity statue, and he figures out that people were they basically started taking records of what was happening around the island during different daylight hours, and that when it turned to night, people would go insane, like just when they came into contact with like just near the demon world. As far as things like so like side effects and things of demonic power, like they still exist in the canon games, and that's one example I can give. There's about four other ones. Um, Also, Zim, are you still there? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can see you. You're fine. Hang
Okay,
on, I'm
I
just
didn't know
trying to
that.
do. I'm just trying to like focus because I'm playing like the Final Fantasy game Opera Omni on the side, and I'm really close to beating the
Oh, of
mission.
course.
But like I'm stuck in this really fucked position, so I have to play my cards really carefully here.
Also, the as far as the fear hacks, that's incorrect. So the novels just establish that the fear hacks like exists. We actually see it in DMC4 and DMC5. Whenever the Clivoth or the demons show up, people shit their pants and start running for their lives. Of course, when I mention this, people are just like, "Well, that's just them being afraid." I'm like,
What
"Yeah,
the
because
fuck?
of fear hacks." Oh,
Hang on. What? Why the fuck did the ball go off? Hang on. I don't understand. Why the hell did you go off? What would you guys define as a hack? Usually anything that's not directly correlated to AP.
something that's usually an ability.
Yeah,
If
it's
it's an ability,
bullshit.
it maybe not like tied to physiology or something like that. Though
Yeah.
physiology technically can give hacks as well.
That's that is horseshit.
I could have sworn I parried his scissors. Why didn't it break? I guess
Cal.
it doesn't matter. You're about to die.
Oh, that's fucking annoying. Alright, I'll have to keep that in mind. Care to go in more detail? You know, I have zero knowledge about power skill and stuff. Okay, so an example would be like, let's use DMC for an example. Mangler mentioned fear hacks or fear. So whenever a demon in DMC walks up to you, you have an uncontrollable urge to be afraid of whatever's in front of you, regardless if you're standing with it.
You basically feel insatiable fear, and an example of this that's used in DMC1 is that we have the mercenaries, the hitman, and the assassins in Bobby's cellar, as well as Gru himself. That keep in mind, he's not seeing a demon in its true form, or even a demon taking like a medium. Well, okay, so it is a demon taking a medium, but it's not a demon that made a body for itself in the human world. A demon's soul just slipped into the corpse of a human that Gru just murdered in cold blood, and even says that he's seen his share of carnage in the years where he's completely numb to it. But he sees this corpse get up, and he's completely frozen on the spot. He's basically incapacitated. Like he cannot move, and his nerves have like basically shut him still to the ground. He's unable to move. He basically loses the will to fight. And the same thing happens in Bobby's cellar, which is arguably even worse because in that example, the demons actually cross over in their true forms due to the Nexus. But the same thing happens basically.
Hello, Devil. This is
Like
what.
it does not matter how they experience life, death, pain, or suffering, and most of these people are willing to fight to the death for like a job, just for a paycheck. And they see demons and they're just like, well, I can't handle this. When in every other conceivable circumstance they could.
Guess I'll die. Again, so another thing too would be telepathy. Like Professor Xavier's telepathy is technically a hack's ability since it has no correlation to his actual raw power. Didn't Dante also cause animalgics to feel fear as well? That was the beast heads technically.
Yes.
Yeah, that was technically the beast heads or Chen. You could argue Dante was doing it since he was fighting at the same time, but I feel like that was supposed to be more attributed to Chin. Most God of War fans saying Kratos is immortal when Kratos himself stated he's immortal. Then they undermine the character and the hardship of Kratos. That's kind of something that occurs with most power scaling in general. Because I've seen this complaint a lot when it comes to power scaling. Is a lot of what I'll call objective power scalers, people like us who just look at the feats and shit and like correlate off that. A lot of them like to argue that we kind of ignore the source material and kind of like spit in the face of it. I've seen this complaint be brought up quite a bit. I'm not sure how much leniency I would give it, but like, it is something I've heard complained about quite a bit when it comes to power scaling.
Yeah, I hear it occasionally. Are there any? I wonder if there are any.
So on that note, a little bit. Technically, a character can just be wrong, or they might not fully understand, or like they don't really like when they say something. So, for example, Kratos is mortal. So Kratos has proven time and time again that he technically can die, but then he's also gone on to demonstrate that even if he dies, he can just come right the fuck back. So you're kind of
you can just explain to the person that there are different types of immortalities.
Well,
is kind of the thing that, like, go ahead.
Well, no, it's because like he's saying like when Kratos himself says he's mortal. When Kratos is saying he's mortal, he's referencing more to his humanity versus being a god.
He's also referring to the fact that like his physiology isn't completely godlike. Like he's not a full god; he's a demigod. Like,
I mean, I think that argument kind of falls flat when he became the god of war.
Well, like, my point is that he's lived most of his life as a demigod, regardless. And, like, that's how he's experienced his life from his perspective. Regardless of if he changed his physiology, like, he grew up as a mortal, he lived the life of a mortal, and he's even died as a mortal. So even if he became a god, it's like, his roots are a human, if that makes sense. So, like, he's going to have the perspective of someone who's lived like a human. Us saying he's immortal doesn't really take away from that, per se. Especially if you look at God of War 4. Like, the way he perceives reality is very clearly, like, from a perspective of someone who just kind of wants to live his life and not be bothered by anybody. Like, I can say he is a form of immortality, and that doesn't have to fuck with his character at all.
I think it is when, like, because what the God of War guys would be saying is that he can't die, period. So he's pointing out most God of War fans. God of War power scaling fans will argue the highest possible statements or interpretations of what Kratos would be saying.
Yeah, and they'll ignore every anti-feat. I know, they're very similar to Dragon Ball fans for Goku.
I think in fairness, though, with the Dragon Ball fans, they kind of have to. Because sometimes they have to argue some really silly shenanigans in order to get by. Hello, Night Slayer. I believe it's been a while since you've been here. I don't recall you showing up too often.
I think you just start using Dragon Ball Heroes and get some actual hacks.
Well, no, it's because I fucking, as fucked as it sounds, I always love hearing about the key control. You know, the perfect key control, like their main argument for why like the planet Nero blows up and shit.
Oh yes.
You remember? Because have you seen the Brawly movie at all, or no? Like the new Brawly movie?
Yeah.
So you remember when Brawly's like losing his mind and all those key blasts just go all over the planet?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember seeing this one where some guy was like, "Oh man, thank God Brawly had perfect key control so he didn't blow up the planet." And I'm just like, "Oh, that's fucked."
Imagine having to argue. See, that's the problem. Like when you have characters that just like when you don't have. Okay, so the benefit of Dragon Ball system in regards to key is that it's kind of a universal system that you can start adding rules and things onto at any point during your source material. So it can be very versatile for storytelling and lore purposes. But it gets it fucks you in the ass consistency wise, because if you make statements like, well, key control is what allows people to do things. So this is why if they're off guard, they can be hit by things that are way weaker than them. That fucks you in the ass so hard, because then when you start doing things like writing different scenarios with different characters, and you're like, well, this character might be out of control. It's like you have to argue that they have key control for every single circumstance in order to argue like consistency. So like you can have a situation that might be contradictory to how like that's written within the story, and then that's absolutely like horrific when it comes to power scaling. Oh shit, I did not need to do that.
Alright, hang on. Attack Punch is a better term. Did you notice God of War 1 Kratos' character suddenly changed to God of War 2? He became a rage monster later and explained in Ghost of Sparta. I, for the most part, didn't really pay too much attention when I was going through God of War for the character. I'm gonna say some blasphemy here, no doubt, but I think I've made it kind of clear in my past statements. I'm not entirely the biggest fan of Kratos.
How dare you not enjoy peak God of War, which is God of War 1? That's right, I said it.
He's not a bad character, and I don't think he didn't have depth. I just wasn't the biggest fan of him. He was kind of... Fuck, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna get some shit. He was kind of boring to me.
Oof. I personally think that Kratos can be very interesting. I choose to perceive him in the way that I perceive him from a context of like a very like as he's supposed to be perceived as like a mythological hero, where like his stories have like build up and started a pretty rough beginning point and then have like a payoff at the end with tons of build up.
He's no Odysseus.
I understand, but like I still think like a lot of his journeys and his development can still be pretty entertaining nonetheless.
No. Like Kratos is good. I like listen. I've watched all of God of War's cutscenes. I've thoroughly enjoyed the story of God of War. I just don't think Kratos is all that interesting. I think maybe it's because they kept going back to the same tired trope of Kratos every single time he like fucking showed up. My family, by the gods. What? Literally in 2 different games. What have I become?
Dante from Dante's Inferno versus Kratos from God of War 1.
That depends on how I want to scale Dante's Inferno.
From the game?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, no disrespect to Dante and the poetry, but he's not exactly going to be winning any fights there.
I was going to say, like, I don't think he has anything in his game that will allow him to touch any version of Kratos.
Where do you scale Kratos without the God of War?
Oh. I still scale him to, like, some infinite speed, because, like, Atlas and stuff like that. He is able to at least catch Helios.
No! Warrior of Light, don't die! Warrior of Light, stay with me!
Oh. I was just like, why are you randomly screaming? I'm just getting some red orbs.
Alright. My boy's still here.
I have 2 million.
Ah, oh, damn it. I have to try and heal up in time. Okay.
It's hard to scale his AP, though, as, like, prior to being the God of War. That's really difficult. You can argue he downscales from, like, Universal, because he's supposed to be near Olympian strength, but that's really, like, the best you can get for him.
Never...
And he can sort of restrain Atlas, but that'd be more of a lifting strength feat than a AP one.
Hang on, let me see. Kratos' good writing. Problem is that he has treated him as rage-induced dude because he kills everything and tries to stop him. No, the fucking problem has always been the general consensus for how people see Kratos. It's always been the fucking problem. And it's so fucking infuriating because he never deserved that bad rep. And they just kept throwing it on him. I just love the macho beat down everyone's ass as a kid, which most God of War fans probably love because no, again, Kratos is fine. Like I remember, like he's got great voice actor. Oh, do not kill any. Oh, do not kill them. Do not kill. Oh, are you fucking kidding me right now? Okay, let's get that shield up. Hang on, guys. I gotta be really careful here.
See if I can get where he lands.
Oh, okay. I'm so close to being done with this fucking stupid ass mission. I just have to clear it with the right health requirements. And then I can just go fucking ham. Beautiful.
Something tells me I'm gonna be dropping all my gold orbs on the Urizen fights.
You'll be fine. Hang on. I just want to be done.
Suspicion.
That's not controversial at all. Yeah, it's actually a fact. Only games where I've seen him have any sort of depth of ascension. The last one is a worse version of Doom guy. Oh, now that's a little fucked.
I would say, like, again, you kind of have to read the novels to give him depth. Like DMs, or not read their novels. For certain games, you would have to. Like God of War 1's story gets like way better if you actually read the novel. Like it's so much better. It's so much more appreciative and enjoyable. Especially like Athena. Like Athena is actually given like an actual character.
Are you saying you didn't like Athena in God of War?
I just think like they could have done more with her, and they do so much more with her in the novel.
I had sword swing the DMC. When I was young, I thought that Dante was the cool guy who didn't try, so DMC when we were younger was kind of appealing still. No, like again, like I think Dante. Why do immortals need to understand how God works? No, I'm just over here like fucking like going back to your Dragon Ball portion for a moment because I saw you something about Dragon Ball. It's just one of those things to where like it's just funny because they will fucking fight you tooth and nail over this shit, and then you're just like, I hear you. Now let me bring up this super hardcore counterexample that ruins your entire stance.
Like we could probably get like so key control is like one of the few things that goes in tangent with several other examples, like the barrier, the key barrier, or the key shield. So people argue that the key shield, or like having higher AP in Dragon Ball, allows you to negate hacks. But then it's like, okay, but like you accept that key control and things like that means that a character can be like hit or killed by an attack. They can be harmed or killed by an attack that is way below their durability, potentially infinitely below their durability if they're off guard. It's like, yes. I'm like, oh, okay, so there's already a hole in your argument. Even if you were referring to the key shield, the fact that I can just kill a character with an attack that they can't predict, and that qualifies as being off guard, then yeah, that's a hole in your argument.
Hang on.
But then the key shield doesn't even block everything. Doesn't even have the feats to prove that it could block every single hacks or even most hacks. And then there's also contradictions to that interpretation. So like the key shield has just objectively not blocked forms of magic in DBZ in the Boo fight with Vegito.
Zim, does Pantheon have the ability to create bread out thin air? He does not. That is just an in-game taunt, sadly. For shame. I know. Devastating.
What's happening?
Anyways, some people are asking questions. Goblin Worm Kratos is depressed, suicidal, regretting the decision he made. He wants the god to make him forget. Revenge on Ares is not even his priority. You know, I actually think there was a recent video, and I think that's what you're bringing up here. There was a recent video that just came out. I think from Under the Mayo, where I think he's arguing that Kratos in God of War 1 isn't trying to atone for his sins or anything. He's just trying to forget like what he did.
Well,
which I think is actually correct, but
did you watch the first cutscene? He's like, Athena, rid me of these nightmares.
No. I understand that. It's just like the joke is that a lot of people are trying to show like especially a lot of people who try and argue for Kratos being more in depth, so to speak, is they'll argue that like he's always had a depth of his family and the loss of that. But what the guys point out is that like no, he fucking did it at the very start. Kratos didn't give a fuck. He just wanted to be rid of that shit.
If we're talking about the very beginning of the series, we didn't really have any depth involving his family. We only went in.
Listen, just because you're right doesn't mean you're right.
So like we didn't really go into the depth of his family until about I want to say
Uh,
like Chains of Olympus,
hang on.
and then Ghost of Sparta, then Ascension. Like all the PSP and I guess Ascension games like gave a lot of depth and backstory to this character, which is why, again, if you play the games in chronological order, the story is actually very, very rewarding. By the beginning of God of War 2, you're just like, man, Kratos is throwing a temper tantrum. But if you play it in order, like, wow, he's throwing a temper tantrum, but like, I can't say the gods weren't fucking with him for like 3 to 4 games
Hang
because
on.
that's exactly what they were doing.
Hang on. I gotta read some comments.
They're partially to blame for
Uh,
most of this.
okay, so this is the quickest one to answer. Where does the God of War, where does Ghost of Sparta take place in the timeline?
That one takes place shortly after the events of God of War 1.
Okay, so the next one is, well, that's shown already, except with bullets, except with things with bullets. It's more of an on guard than a key shield off. Strengthens the body itself with key, not a shield, and when they drop their guard, they drop that boost on their physical abilities.
What was he saying?
It's in regards to Dragon Ball, because we mentioned the key shield, how you can't drop the key shield, or I guess,
Well, I'm saying that's one example of how key is being used. When people tell me like higher power, by extension higher key in Dragon Ball can negate hacks. It's like, well, you already have a weakness involved in your key where like if you're not on guard, your durability is infinitely lower. And you could be killed by people who are weaker than you. So if you had a character who is hypothetically super fast but extremely weak and just had like 1 or 2 good decent hacks, they could kill a Dragon Ball character if they catch them off guard.
hang on.
That's the fucked up part.
Let me read some of these comments here. Look, my hot take is that Kratos is a worse version of Doom Guy. Oof.
Yeah, that's a pretty hot take, I would say.
Where the game show him as a violent renegade, but the camera shows him as a hero, and Dante how as a power fantasy protection ran. Yes, but Mangler, let's be realistic. Only a select few would start in chronological order. Most people start at some random point. A friend started with God of War 3. I started with 2. Well,
Oh no, I'm not saying people will start. Oh, go ahead, Zim.
Well, what I was gonna say is like that's so the problem is that the games were technically not even released in chronological order.
Yeah, no. So like that's the thing. That's the issue with a lot of these series. I think, with the exception of Bayonetta, ironically, like
Well,
all of the hack and slash
actually, not technically, because the events of Bayonetta 2 are also a prequel to Bayonetta's 1's events. Technically,
shut the fuck up. Ignoring the time travel for a minute. Technically speaking, even if we include like series like Darksiders, things like Darksiders has a fucked timeline due to like.
Okay, but in fairness, at least Darksiders 1 starts in chronological order. Well, no, because Genesis, right?
Yeah, Genesis would like a word. Yeah, you're just like, all right, we're starting here at the beginning of the 100-year time skip. The game continues. It's now at the end of the timeline, and then the 2 following sequels happen in the middle.
And then the
DMC's
third
over here,
one,
like, all right, here's our first 2 games. Oh no, we're jumping back to like 15 years before the timeline. Now we're going up. Now we're going back again. Now we're flipping the timeline.
The bigger problem wasn't being released out of order in the timeline, because I think Ninja Gaiden might be the only Ninja Gaiden's the only one released in chronological order. Because technically, the Dead or Alive games come out at different points, but they're not technically part of quote-unquote Ninja Gaiden, you know? They're not part of the 3 games, you know?
Yeah, no, Ninja... Well, I don't know too much about Ninja Gaiden.
Okay,
You might be right about that one.
Ninja Gaiden 1 came out, not including the NES, because the NES is not canon to the new one. Yeah, so there's Ninja Gaiden Black or Sigma or whatever. Then there's Ninja Gaiden the Dragon Sword. Then there's Ninja Gaiden, I think Sigma 2, and then Ninja Gaiden 3. Oh no! I think there's another Ninja Gaiden in between there with the Vampire War, but I think that's a TV. I think that's an animated movie. Now, somehow people miss the point of God of War 4, where current Kratos is the culmination of all the writing about him. No, it's because, let's be I love Ninja Gaiden Black because it reminded me of Guns, but the sequels, they dumbed down the gameplay and mechanics. I still didn't play Ninja Gaiden on fucking stream. I started it, but I started on the wrong difficulty, so I got pissed off. Does Bayonetta 2 take place before Bayonetta 1? Technically, no. Technically, yes.
And no. Yes and no.
Like, there's a reason Mangler... Yeah, there's a reason Mangler just went, like, fucking balls to the wall on me. What was the mobile game for God of War called? I think it was called Temple of Helios or Hyperion or something.
No, God of War Betrayals.
That's what the mobile game was called? God of War Betrayals.
Yeah. Man, I'm running out of DC.
The people who say God of War fucking never had a good writing are just delusional. God of War 4's fucking writing isn't even that much better than God of War 3. Like, dude, God of War 3's writing is probably still better than God of War 4's. What? Explain now? Nello, do you know nothing about Bayonetta?
Hang on. I'm going to read the stream now.
I've been feeding you most of the questions, so outside of Nello's, you probably heard all the important ones.
Nguyen, I know that people would start in some random order. Like, a lot of people started with God of War 1. Some people started at chronological. A lot of people started with God of War. I'm just saying the story and the lore in God of War is best experienced when you play it in chronological order. The story is very rewarding. Especially if you also read, like, one's novel after you watch, like, Ascension and Chains of Olympus. One's novel is so fucking good. It feels so good. It feels so much more rewarding to have that payoff of watching him just beat the fuck out of Ares after just 3 games of just getting fucked with. It's very, very satisfying.
So hang on. So I guess explain Bayonetta 1 story very briefly. Okay. So the reason Bayonetta 2 is technically a sequel and a prequel, Mingler's right, is because events of Bayonetta 2 lead to the events of Bayonetta 1 because of time travel shenanigans.
Yeah, basically what happens is that, like, so Baldur, the main antagonist of Bayonetta 1, at the end of the game,
goes back in time.
So he goes back in time. So there's 2 things. So basically, there's a young Baldur is brought to the future by Lopter, essentially, and he ends up hunting his twin, like Loki, the other half of Aesir, for most of the game. And then when he realizes Lopter is behind this, after they do some more time travel shenanigans, they return to the present to go and defeat him. And then at the end of the game, when he's beaten, and Aesir is like, okay, I got to return to the past, Baldur stops him and basically fuses with his body. And then Baldur willfully decides to return to the past in order to trap Aesir back there, which results in him being corrupted by Aesir and then becoming the antagonist we see in Bayonetta 1.
Yes.
And that's what leads to him starting the witch hunts.
Yes.
So.
Does it might have a mobile game? As far as I know, it does not, but it might have a mobile game. Yeah, so basically, it's a prequel for the main antagonist and some other characters, and it's a sequel for the main character, Bayonetta.
It's a sequel for everybody else. More accurately.
Yeah, I guess it's one way of putting it. Like, Bayonetta always fucked with time travel, maybe a little too much if you ask me, but, you know. Once you get...
To be honest, Nero is just kind of flattening these fuckers on D&D, but it might be because I just played so much Legendary Dark Knight mode. Like, I'm so used to being swarmed by enemies, I'm just like, oh, only 5 enemies? This is all you have? Oh, for shame.
Yeah, no. Oh, okay, Bravery Gem, which should be pretty easy. Let's go ahead and, let's go and do this. Yeah, no. That's why Ninja Gaiden, I think, is the only hack and slash so far that actually keeps it more or less in timeline. I like how you're playing DMC and talk about everything else. Yeah. I mean, when you're doing a stream in general, that's kind of what you have to do.
You have to be multi-skilled.
Well, like most of the time, there's only so much you can talk about what you're doing on screen.
To be fair, when I stop to answer some questions, I am actually like pausing the game for a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine.
If you guys want to ask me questions, put my name at the front of the question or something, so Zim can like read it out to me though. That would make it a little bit easier. Thank you. Or were you saying Zim?
No, I was gonna say I was fucking. They should make a legendary Dante must die mode. That'd probably fucking be a pain in the ass.
Like legendary Dark Knight modes that were based on like the Sons of Sparta, rather than Sparta himself.
That's nothing you should hear when he nuts all over the screen the moment he summons his 3 Egyptian god cards. I know. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. That's crazy. Don't know what's going on there. That's crazy. I don't ever recall doing such a thing. There, minor PLC Dante will book a Demons Slayer composite of several demons he fought, including Pluto. My band always fight weak and final boss and always gain help if they do that. Bale 3, I'm considered she have Fast and Furious family power. Well, in fairness, Lopter wasn't technically weakened during the fight. If anything, Lopter was at full power. It just so happens that she couldn't beat Lopter at full power. What's your favorite character to play as in DMC 5? Mangler? Whoa. You want to give your opinion on that one?
Depends on what we're talking about. If we're talking about combos or just general like overall design, because if I said overall design, probably Virgil, but combos, definitely Nero. Then Toolkit, I kind of been liking Dante a lot. Like he's actually been very enjoyable to play in this game.
PLC Dante's kind of got me precognition, inspiration, type immortality. Yeah, PLC just fucking, like, you know, we all like PLC, so to speak, but PLC fucking ruined versus matchups for Dante.
To be fair, PLC ruined it even without the scans. Because even if we get an English version that has way nerfed versions of it, it still ruined many of the versus matchups because I had to go back through the entire series because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to make like a video on this. I'm gonna have to go and see what, like, the hardest part of that was that when I saw a scan that was like, oh hey, Canagram can see the future, oh there's 9th dimensional souls, there's an afterlife, oh there's like this demon that can curse things based on demonic energy in the demon world. It's like, well, now I have to go back through all the lore to see if things like this are referenced, and then I went and found like several references for each of the scans. So there's like 30 something plus scans that are being referenced between all the ones that are mentioned there. And it actually makes the scaling even worse for the non-POC matchups now, because they already had the evidence for those claims. POC just made them blatant. It wasn't even difficult to argue the claims without POC. POC just made certain things in the timeline happen sooner. And then like 90 stuff and then high godly stuff.
Hang on. Basically combo Dante must die mode, difficulty with the amount of enemies in Legendary Dark Knight mode. Alright. Okay, so regarding Bayonetta. Yes, Loki did exist, but Loki only had the power of erasure. So regardless, Bayonetta's, I mean, I guess Bayonetta's fighting a gutted version of Azir, or I guess
gutted version of the final boss.
Well, not exactly. Lopter would only be missing the power of nothingness.
That's still a pretty big power, because it apparently has the ability to even erase its own abilities.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, she still fucking fought his like full AP and shit.
No, so I don't, like, unironically, I wouldn't have a problem with her scaling to Azir if it wasn't for the fact that she was losing to previous versions of Lopter.
Like 5 seconds before it happened?
5 seconds before it happened, because, again, if you go by the scripted portions of the boss fight, she fights the full boss fight, and all the scripted portions of her being pulled into his dimension. So you can legitimately argue that she was intended to scale. The problem is that intent doesn't fucking matter here. because the intent of all the cutscenes before it shows her losing, and we don't have any lore basis of her having like reactive power level, accelerated development, or anything that would have given her the ability to get stronger between the fights.
Blaze the Hedgehog?
What about Blaze and Hedgehog?
You had an orange profile picture beforehand, right? Like an orangey profile picture?
I broke him. He's done. Alright, guys, it's time to go fight Artemis.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like I recognize that name. It's just like I need to put something. Hang on. If Lopter uses Loki power, he can raise Bayo and her friends. Yeah, so I mean, like, yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like, I mean, yeah, she was missing that one power, so, or he was missing that one power, so I guess technically gutted. It's just that, like, I mean, technically she's still fighting. How do I say this in a way that makes sense? She's still fighting the.
She's battling. You know.
She's fighting his like full AP though, like is what I'm getting at.
And the rest of his kit.
Which amounted to fucking nothing! I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this Baron body had better showings for his power and he didn't even show any powers. Don't mind me. Fun fact, even the 90s Soul Scan has someone reference to Arkham saying demons are infinite from the perspective of humans in the DMC manga. Prompto, please don't. Prompto, please do not take a fucking hit, please.
I asked, before POC, was there any versus matchup that Dante didn't dominate in Tier 2? Aside from very specific plot hacksy characters and characters that could negate, like, high godly regen. Actually...
well, that depends.
So even for some of the characters that had high godly regen negations, you had to argue that those characters could hit Dante. Which... That seems like, wow, what an outrageous claim, but then, like, DMC2 novel comes along, and it's like, yeah, I can dodge every single attack in an omnipresent abyss that's surrounding around me with an infinite number of attacks when I just figured out a second ago that the abyss was my enemy. I think Tony on VSB kind of put it very, like, the analogy he gave was pretty good. It's like being at the bottom of the ocean, and if every single water droplet and particle in the ocean decide to attack you at the same time,
and
you dodge all of them, like that's you would be probably pretty surprised, I would say.
Nah, that's just a standard day in the life, Mangler. What do you want about?
Hang on. My computer's being weird. Alright, I'm checking my breaker loadout. So I would like good zoning for Artemis, but the thing is that we can't really do good zoning damage on Artemis on DMD. We don't have, like... Actually, Nero does have decent zoning tools, but he's only really for grounded enemies. Maybe if we hold up.
Hang on.
Got an idea, though.
Captain is canon the Persona and SMT. For some reason, I don't doubt that. DMC demons versus SMT demons. Currently, we're at this position to where... it's one of those weird moments where... fucking... Based on everything I've heard from other people, SMT demons should win. But I'm kind of hesitant to support other people's claims these days after what happened with, like, my last debate and so on and so forth. I believe the term is I've gone Kyle. So
basically what Zim's trying to say is that if you take all the claims and evidence taken for where SMT scales as it is, then they should beat DMC demons.
Yes, but I'm not even sure if they scale that high. Because, at least from what I've heard of people saying what evidence they want, I don't think SMT qualifies. From what I've heard.
Let me put it this way.
Hang on, let me see if Kyle can get on. He can explain eloquently. You fucking wallflower! You absolute fucking pussy! Go ahead, Mangler.
I was
What you
gonna
want?
say,
You
for
called for me?
base demons in general, if they're not ninth dimensional, or actually no, if they're not, well, I say if they're not ninth dimensional with disgusting amounts of hacks, physiology and everything, then they're not winning. For god tiers, if they're not 10th dimensional, then they're with the same requirements, then they're not winning.
Mm.
Kyle, are you innocent?
And that's just the arguments that kill, lesser demons. We do
No,
have
the 90s
we do
stuff
have,
was
we do
for
have
lesser
arg-
demons.
we do
I
have
just
arguments.
explained it to
No, I mean like we have arguments that could get the high tiers in DMC to 10D, but we're not gonna. Are we gonna cover that in the video, or is that more
We
of
are.
we'll wait? Oh, okay, I see.
I don't know. Whenever Mangler feels like what's left, what needs to be done in the reference section, since at this point it's his, it's in his court for now. What are you doing? Why are you pulling up all your breakers?
Because I fucked up on the timing. Oh, they're not that valuable.
Anyways, are there any kid characters that can beat Zoe from LoL? I don't know. Every time Neo shows up, he talks about like some fucking light novel character that's insanely powerful. So I would say probably. Kyle, answer me. Are you innocent or degenerate like Zim? I am not a degenerate. I never was. You have no evidence of me possessing any form of degeneracy in any capacity.
Did I just turn up?
You've
the
literally
volume a little?
commissioned. You're the only one out of all of us who has commissioned Nguyen to do porn for you.
That's wrong. That is wrong. Ozra did. Suck it. Suck it, you failure. Suck my dick.
My range is not strong enough.
Guys, Boba Fett be Predator. Yes, the sky is blue. Thank you for letting us know, Minato. I'm sorry. Who honestly thought fucking Predator was winning that fight?
To be honest, was there not a nicer way you could have put that?
No, I'm sorry. Dude, I've already said before, because Death Battle loves, to the detriment of characters, compositing the fuck out of everybody except DMC. They will composite every...
Last question, sorry, I had to take a call.
Someone said that Boba Fett be... Dude, it should have been the Mandalorian. I'm still mad it wasn't the Mandalorian instead of Boba Fett. Zim is very...
It still would have been a stomp.
Wouldn't it have been more fun instead of them if they just did Rambo?
Wait, they're bringing back Raiden from Metal Gear? What the fuck?
Why? Wait, to fight who?
A Warframe.
I don't know anything about Warframe.
I'm pretty sure Warframe takes... Oh, actually, that reminds me... I'm gonna mute the game real quickly because I want to talk.
It's Excalibur stone.
Yeah, apparently it's Excalibur versus Raiden. Actually, no, so...
Excalibur's Dante.
So that Fist of the North Star guy whose server I joined apparently did a calc for Raiden. Apparently getting Raiden to like, I think 39 times the speed of light. Based off fucking blade time and the lasers of, I think it's
Can these
Ray.
guys not find any FTL feats in Metal Gear Solid outside of blade time? Like, holy shit.
Unfortunately, unless you want to believe Raiden scales to Excelsius's lasers, which I think is fair game,
Wait, do people not believe that?
no. Or if they do, they'll say it's like sub-rel or some shit.
We'll just be like, it's aim dodging, which makes it small.
FA, trust me when I say sometimes barely a
look,
generate.
This might be like a little hang up that I have, but I've never understood why people just don't accept lasers for being light speed. They're literally stated to be light speed, just like in general.
Well,
Like,
no. So
what-
they're an acronym. Like they're literally light amplification stimulated by emission of radiation. They literally have light in the acronym. It's a fucking acronym. Wait.
Not even. They're just lights.
Wait, hang on a minute. Cyber said Predator was going to win. Listen, I like Cyber. I consider him a friend, but
Please die. Please fucking die.
Mangler, that's a bit mean.
I think this thing is dead now. Yes. it's
Oh,
dead.
you're talking about the
I
demon.
killed
I thought you were talking about.
Finally.
Cyber when Zim put him up for a second.
No, so apparently, according to the chat, Cyber said Predator was going to. Excalibur takes everything but speed and skill. Then Excalibur loses, unless Excalibur's got some pretty good hacks.
It's fine. Look, I like Cyber, just like Zim. I consider him a friend, but if he thought
What?
Predator was winning, look, not to say that he's kind of like a coin flip, but has he decided on where bleach scales yet?
Oh, and you told me to be fucking nice about it. No, but I mean, it's possible. I'm not gonna say the Predator winning's not possible, but we're talking both.
I was gonna say, wouldn't it have been better to have the Predator versus Rainbow?
Nah, I think they just wanted space. Again, no, if they were going to do this, the best matchup was going to be the Mandalorian. It should not have been Boba Fett, but the Mandalorian would have stomped them out with fucking Yoda.
After losing no lives in the first 4 missions,
Do you
I am
consider
now shooting to be V.
do you consider the baby to be standard equipment?
It should be. He has it with him everywhere for the most part, unless he gets kidnapped. Sam's high frequency ignition blade is fucking dope. It is.
To kill enemies off screen.
They made Predator strong and just as fast. I think the Predator, in a physical level, is probably the stronger of the two, but the gear difference is way too massive.
Wasn't the only argument? I actually didn't request to see this one early because I don't really care for the matchup. But from what I heard, the only reason why they said Boba Fett won was because he could physically outrun the explosion caused by Predator.
That's kind of silly. Given the technology in the Star Wars verse should be vastly superior to that of the Predators.
When we get Master Duel stream for the summer, never.
We still have to do a themed duelist fucking tournament.
No.
That starts when everybody gets the decks ready.
That starts when everybody uses the anime decks, and you can only use the cards that are in the anime.
Yeah, but we'd have to get all the cards unlocked.
I choose Dark Side Dimensions Kaiba. You can. Well, no, wait, I want the God cards. I choose Yugi end of series.
I choose Pegasus after he stopped being a simp for Kaiba and just got all of his relinquished support.
Fuck you, that's not how that works.
It is.
No, it's not. It never uses it. Anyways.
Alright. DMs, duelists only, but they get full legendary duelist supports.
No, you play the actual or bad deck.
I'll give you the option. I either get to be Dr. Crowler or I get to be Don 1000.
Play some Katarina as a JRPG, even though it's part of the Mega Man Tensei franchise for some reason. I have no plans. Look, okay, dude, I'm gonna be honest. My schedule's gonna get pretty packed when it comes to streams. So not only do I have to work on my novel, regardless of none of you guys reading it, I do want to become a novelist someday, so I am working on my novel. But I've already got plans to do fucking I still got to do the Warhammer game and beat that, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose this current campaign. Then I'm gonna buy Final Fantasy VII Remake and the other Warhammer game, turn-based strategy game, since they're on sale right now for Steam. I might consider getting KOF 15, but I think I should just play Guilty Gear and get better at Guilty Gear and Persona 4 Arena instead of buying another fighting game. I have to beat Minecraft because my mom's gonna be gone for a good portion of this month, and that's gonna mean all night streams. So I gotta beat Minecraft finally, first time in my life. And
does that mean longer Jack X streams?
No. That depends, maybe. Mangler, are you playing the fucking Fly of the Valkyries?
Hang on, I want to read the chat while B's jamming out.
I listened to the podcast. Yugi, Yami, Yugi versus Ash, Ketchum, Pokemon's funny. Game Pass Persona 3 and 5. Persona 3 is not coming out till next year, but I might have a little something in the works for that one. We'll see what happens there. But Persona 5 is not coming out till October. Play Smite? No. If you want MOBA streams, you get League of Legends.
I have a very bold claim. Let's hear it. Which is, I think DMC5 Nero can beat DMC4 Dante. Gameplay or lore?
I completely
Because the answer
fucking
depends on what you're returning to.
I am not going to buy Soul Hackers. I do not plan to buy Soul Hackers. I'm only buying Final Fantasy VII Remake and the fucking turn-based strategy for Warhammer because I like turn-based strategy games and I kind of have to play Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's coming out before Persona 5 Royal. No, it's not. Persona 5 Royal drops first. Yeah, no, dude. So Persona 5 is dropping in October. Persona 4 is dropping next year, and so is Persona 3. For some, well, no, I don't know. I know why they fucking did it, because Persona 5 is the popular one. Yeah, Persona 3 is not dropping until next year, dude. Gameplay, I think Nero beats Dante lore-wise. I think Dante is stronger by a good amount for DMC5. Yeah, Minecraft and Shadow Realm usage. Yeah, Yami should be the Ash.
That once I'm finished killing these losers.
Anyways, let me read through these some more. Oh, you mean Soul Hackers is coming out before Persona 5 Royal. Oh, I thought you meant Persona 3 was coming out before Persona 5 Royal. Okay, that was my bad.
Gameplay, I think Nero beats Dante. Lore-wise, Dante is stronger by a good amount. Gameplay, he definitely should, because Nero even in DMC4 is designed to fight Dante in DMC4. So DMC5 Dante would...
Your
DMC4
mom's not
Dante
designed to
would
fight
walk all
Dante.
over DMC4. What?
Well, I didn't say anything.
Did you just use like a cheap, like your mama comeback? Like what the fuck were you even saying?
What? I didn't say anything. The Shadow Realm doesn't fucking exist. The Shadow Realm does exist technically. They do it all the time in Yu-Gi, like the first Yu-Gi-Oh series.
Don't give me that mistranslation bullshit. And
Yami can only mind crush people with the Shadow game. Bro, he literally just tells Ash, "Hey Ash, you want a fucking duel?" And then fucking Ash gonna be like, "Oh boy, I'll summon Pikachu."
There is no Pokemon that Ash has that scales to any of the God cards.
Wait, hang on. I only answered the first part of that. So gameplay-wise, that's true. Lore-wise, I think Dante beats Nero by a greater amount. No. Because if we get DMC5 versions of Nero, this means I would get endgame Nero. And that Nero, based on feats, should be stronger than Prologue Dante. So, like, nothing for Dante has to offer would be strong enough to beat him. Plus, Nero has access to the biggest anti-meta device in the entire verse, which is the Bringers, where he can just absorb demonic power, negate it, nullify it, turn it off, and take it. So there's not... As soon as he lands a hit on Dante, like, as soon as he grabs him, the fight's over.
The Shadow Realm is a dub-only thing? No, in the manga, I'm pretty sure their minds get taken.
Yeah, you're correct, because the Shadow Realm is called Hell in like, the manga.
It's called World of Darkness in the sub for Yu-Gi-Oh! The Shadow Realm is a location that exists, is the point we're trying to make.
What it's called is irrelevant. It's just terminology.
And also, the Pharaoh doesn't need specifically to do a Shadow game to send you there, since I believe the Egyptians could do it without games.
They had to.
In the original manga, didn't he send Pegasus there without using a card game?
No, like literally Bakura showed up, fought him in a laser battle, and then tore out his eye.
I'm sorry, I still remember how fucking stupid that was in the anime. They just bring out their Millennium Rods and they're just having like a Star Wars battle in this small room.
Hang on. Yeah, sorry guys. If you want me to play Soul Hackers, you gotta cough up some dough for that one. I'm not gonna go for Soul Hackers.
Okay.
That's
Okay, boys.
content.
Now, Mangler, I don't know if you saw the previous Jack stream, but if anyone is willing to whore out money to Zim, let's get him to do some more jumping jacks.
Fuck you. Yeah, no. I'm not buying Soul Hackers. No, because me lack money. In the manga, Bakura literally kills Pegasus. Dude, I'm pretty sure if I read the manga, the Shadow Realm exists. Like, yeah, no, he tears out his eye, but he kills him. Because, you know, most people can't survive having their eye torn out.
Just like to point out, for all the Redditors who said that V doesn't do well on DMD, you're bad at the game. Well, this is me playing V, doing just fine.
Anyone who says V was bad in general is just bad at the game. What's the surprise?
Yeah, I don't have to fight these enemies.
What are the best type of cookies? The best type of cookies are chocolate chip. And you can call me basic, but chocolate chip is pretty bomb.
Yeah, you are pretty basic. You should have said triple choc.
Sorry, I don't like feeling the sugar in my bloodstream. Zimitorn hates Megaten, but Persona confirmed. I don't mind Megasami Tensei, but I didn't have fun. Like, SMT3 by the end felt more like a... No. Let me rephrase that. SMT3, for most of the game, was a fucking chore. The end of SMT3 was when the game started getting fucking fun. Unlike Elden Ring. If you guys want, I'll do like a tier list for the Elden Ring bosses. I've heard those are pretty popular. Those are pretty poggers. Neil, dude, SMT3 is 10 out of 10. You're rating at 6. Joey might be one of the best, honestly. Gameplay games for Dante roll a guard. Round trip a guard flying is broken. Nero will lose.
No. So, guard flying is only practical on an enemy that doesn't move or jumps in a predictable jumps or moves in a predictable manner, like the AI. That's not applicable to an actual player with an actual kit. It's also not probable because guard flying requires an enemy step and a proper enemy model. Nero is a playable character that's never been played against by DMC4 players, so there would be no matchup knowledge or no practice to actually deal with his hurt boxes. It'd be something completely new. Whereas every Nero player would have intimate knowledge on how all of Dante's kit works if they were to fight him, and they've actually fought a version of him in the game.
I believe the term is poggers though. Listen, my little pog champs.
I don't even know what that means.
No, I don't fucking know either.
Also, the Royal Guard is directly auto-countered by Bringer, because the Bringer can grab you through the guard, as grabs always break guards.
I believe what the cool streamers say is, thank you guys for showing up, my little pog champs. Ooh woo.
I don't know what a pog is, but it sounds demeaning.
Adachi, the cool kids call it poggers these days. Okay, hang on, let me read this. Soul Hacker series and anything like the main SMT has story, mixture of good combat. Dude, I have a fuck ton of games. I gotta start getting good at fighting games. I bought 2 fighting games that I don't even fucking play, that I really gotta sit down and work on. Gotta play DOA, because I actually just like playing DOA. I gotta fucking work on other RPGs and shit. Like, I'm stacked. I am literally stacked for fucking games.
Also, Daryl, basically the Nero that was being discussed was DMC5 Nero, not 4 Nero. Like, I would argue even DMC4 Nero, like, kind of hard counters things in 4 Dante's kit.
Anyways,
but, like...
Hang on.
5 Nero. Ho ho boy.
Nah, Zim, you ain't really play Elden Ring. I don't want a damn tier list. Bro, I literally beat Elden Ring in all its hardest bosses. Fuck off. Get your elitism out of here. I literally beat the fucking game and all of its hardest bosses. I literally went out of my way to find all the hardest bosses just so people tell me I didn't beat Elden Ring. Just so people can't tell me that. Why are you doing this to me? You from soft whore.
Now for the worst boss in the game.
Yeah.
Are you fighting Gilgamesh?
No, he's fighting fucking the Clyphot. Nihog.
Hedgehog.
You're fighting the Clyphot. You're fighting AIDS, the fucking tree version.
I'm fighting a parasite. Not the Clybot.
Hang on. Let me read some of these. Bro, I like SMT3, but that has caused more damage to the Mega Man Tensei franchise than good. I don't know, man. I've seen the gameplay for a lot of SMT games. They all kind of look the fucking same. SMT4 looks a lot simpler to work with, but, you know. Let me see here. We tried dual mod. Mangler's not a PC. Adachi. It's basically a mixture of both SMT and Persona, and from the looks of it, it's taking more from Persona 5 than anything in SMT anyways. You wanna know fucking why? Because the better game franchise was Persona! Look, you SMT fucking fanatics can show up. Oh, I love SMT! Bro!
I love how every stream we start my games, it's just like hot takes after the first 20 minutes. Nothing but.
It makes them enjoyable. Kyle, help us make Zim do Guilty Gear movie stream? Never. Cough, Budokai 3 is the best fighter. Cough, you said DOA really weird there. Dude, okay. Tekken 7 is on sale for $6. Tekken 7 is on sale. I hate Tekken 7, but maybe I'll get it just so I can bitch about it on stream for you guys.
I thought you were gonna say I'll get it just so I can play as Noctis.
Repeat that again, Mangler.
You haven't even finished your backlog. What you doing?
Mangler, I have so much in my backlog, and also it's only $6 while it's still on sale. Anyway,
dude, you might as well get it and just like get fucking like Noctis and that's it.
Zim, don't. Tekken is Tekken is too much for me. I have you know I'm a top tier DOA player. So what if everyone else is only playing with one hand? That still counts. Hang on. Bro, I was meant to work my way in Strive a long time ago, but because you kind of stopped playing, I kind of let the game on the sides. Dude, I want to get good at fighting games, and Strive's still going to be good for top tier Dead or Alive, Source, trust me.
Bro, when I saw that my character wasn't coming to Strive, I fell right the fuck off.
That's fair. I'm not even going to complain. Alright, Zim, why don't you just play a story mode of Adachi in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax to kind of flesh out his character and redeems him somewhat?
If he wants to do that, he has to literally, like, you don't even have to go through P3 story, just go through P4's, because it literally intersects with certain moments in P4's story. But you have to kind of, like,
Persona 4?
at least go through, you have to go through some
hang
of the
on.
P4 arena stories.
Persona 4? You mean that game I already beat? Kyle, are you okay? Kyle, are you okay?
Got him.
Okay, hang on. Good job, Mangler. Zim, you had to switch your build?
I actually think that, like, to get the proper, like, story experience, you have to do at least some, not all of them, but at least some of the character stories from the Persona arena.
The first one?
Yeah, which, luckily, like, the Ultimax came as a bundle, so you get both games.
I see. I'll try it out a bit.
He almost had me.
Hang on.
But, no.
Zim, you had to switch your build to beat the rest of the endgame bosses. I don't want to hear it, but I did it anyways. Like, that doesn't invalidate my achievement.
Did you try the module in DMC round trip, auto follow, and long juggle, you can free real impact Nero.
No, he doesn't play on. He doesn't play with PC. Who keeps the lights on in the building, people? What are you referring to? Hedgehog is the worst. Best. You use Mimic. Mimic carried your ass on all bosses. Not true. Fake news.
Nero can just shoot Dante.
Top did their live social media. Did you see my last comment? Hang on. Bro, tell Kyle that there's another season coming. Hell of a new patch just came. Yeah, a new patch changed the game a lot. I should get on there and play it now that the new patch is out.
I don't care. I don't care about patches. I care about characters. If my character's not coming, I don't care.
What if your character does show up in the next fucking season pass? You fucking pussy.
Then I'll buy that season pass.
You bitch. I'll call you a bitch there. Not even sticking to your guns. Also, Sam, reserve your shit talking until we get the SMT 4. Okay, if you don't like the story of the game, then you can freely talk shit about the game. Dude,
So people are talking about, oh, he'll like SMT4. No. He's not going to like SMT4. He's going to like SMT4 Apocalypse.
Is there a difference? I've never,
Yes, they're different stories.
Mangler, I've asked this before, but just wondering...
There's different stories and different protagonists.
Hang on, let me see here. Mangler, I've asked this before, but just wondering, is Dante taking an attack from Beowulf who attacks the power of a supernova? Is that a durability feat due to him not exploding?
It has nothing to do with exploding. But yeah, it'd be a durability feat regardless. Like, just hitting with a specific amount of AP doesn't guarantee that something's going to explode. You're thinking of destructive capacity.
You could always be one of those bitches who are just like, surface area.
You know, I should have said that. That would have been delicious.
Yeah, but Kyle's delivery sold it better.
I mean, depending on the person asking, they might not have even known if that was my position. Would have been even all the more funny.
Zim once again hates SMT after playing one SMT game, even though there's a bunch of spin-offs far better than the main line. Bro,
well, the problem is, Zim's already reiterated this. I'll just do this for you. His problem is that people told him that SMT3 is the best that the series has to offer.
Yeah. And then every time I'm like, okay, you know what? I hear a lot about this game called Strange Journey. That sounds kind of cool. Maybe I'll give that a shot. Literally everybody, don't play it. It's super fucking hard. Don't play it. It's not worth it. Oh, okay, that's a little weird. A lot of people are praising it, but I'll move on from there then. Hang on. Devil Survivor is far better than Persona anyways. It's a tactical RPG, so it plays different from any Megaton game. That sounds pretty neat. Zim, thoughts on an Alucard movie based on Hellsing and the fight choreographer is the guy who directed the John Wick fight scenes? I'll just tell you up front that I feel like that grounded realism doesn't work for Alucard. If you were to get someone to choreograph the fight scene, because Alucard doesn't fight. Like, me and Kyle made a big video talking about this, and unfortunately it got copyright claimed, so I had to get rid of the fucking footage. But we released the audio of a 1 hour video discussing all the problems we had with Alucard as a fighter. If you got the guy from fucking John Wick to do the choreography, that'd be a waste of his talents. Except,
if you were to take Alucard in character, he fucking sits there and takes it like a fucking meat shield because he knows his regeneration is going to kick in and save his life.
Literally the best fights in that movie would be giving Anderson and the Captain and Saris more fights. That would be the smart decision. Because Anderson with some good choreography could be fun. The Captain could be cool. Walter would be sick. Alucard, no.
No. You know what's funny? All the best fights in the series are either from, all the best fights in the series, even the ones that Alucard are a part of, it's not because Alucard is in them. It's because everyone else looks good when it happens.
He's literally getting carried by his co-stars.
No, like, even if you look at the Anderson fight, like, he does nothing. It's all Anderson.
That is true.
Like, one of the best fights in the series is literally Ceres versus the Captain, because shit is happening and it's good. When Walter fights Alucard, it's great because Alucard's getting the shit kicked out of him, but he's not fighting back. He's not doing anything. It's all Walter.
Too true. Too true. Hang on, let me read some of this. Well, Zim, SMT fans are stupid. Digital Devil Saga and Devil Survivor and Captain are far better than SMT3. Zim will need to play all Guilty Gears to understand Strive's story. No, Kyle sent me a video, actually, to catch me up on the story. Never watched it, but he did send me a video I can watch. SMT3 is not the best franchise. I want Devil Summoner Raido Kuzunawi with V's gameplay. That'd be pretty cool. No, not giving him VC. We need to talk. Unfortunately, I can't bring people in the VC for the most part. Also, Sim, after Excalibur versus Raiden, it's been confirmed that John Wick versus James Bond is next.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a stomp for John Wick.
That's
Wait.
No,
Which-
that's
which-
stupid. What I heard that people want the most was James Bond versus Jason Bourne. Why the
Wait.
fuck are they doing John Wick?
Okay.
I was gonna say
No,
which
gonna do?
Bond though?
They're not going to specify which James Bond they're using. They're just going to composite all of them from the 60 years of fucking movies. Even though,
And I still...
let's be honest, James Bond is just a title that is handed down throughout the ages from spy to spy. Hell, you can make that argument because even chronologically, they reference events that happen around those times that just don't correlate
So,
like today.
I think what you're saying more accurately is 007 is not James Bond.
No.
James Bond and 007 are synonymous. If you get given the title of 007, you are James Bond.
Okay, let me clarify this a little bit. So basically what Kyle is claiming, and this is a really popular theory that I think holds some water to some extent, is that James Bond is the code name along with 007. That's not their real name.
Are you going to tell me that, like, if Idris Elba became the next James Bond...
Have you read any of the novels?
Connery, you've gotten really tan.
Have you read any of the novels for James Bond though?
Are the movies a
No.
part of the same continuity?
There's like 50 movies. Why the fuck would I read the novels as well?
Because the novels just say he was born with the name.
Well, no shit, but like the movies would have a different continuity because they don't. The books don't have to switch fucking main characters, Mangler. Come on.
But you also understand that like that's kind of the equivalent of talking about like either like the James Bond like the Jason Bourne books. Like the Bourne books are completely different from the Bourne movies.
Okay, I'm gonna say something right now. John Wick is Borderline and has superpowers. That's fair, but no, I was gonna say, you want to know what the matchup should have been? The matchup should have been John Wick versus the guy from Mission Impossible.
No,
No,
I disagree.
he would have
My
been
ideal
killed.
fight would be Jason Bourne versus Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt's. I know the name. I don't remember the movie.
That's the guy from Mission Impossible.
Okay.
I think James Bond would be like a more thematically appropriate matchup for Jason Bourne.
Well, that's the one that people want.
That's the one they should get. I don't know why John Wick is being thrown in there. The dude's a fucking hitman. What does he have in common with?
I guess it's
No,
opposites.
It would have made more sense. No, it would have made more sense if they said, "Yeah, we're using Agent 47. He's going up against John Wick."
Dude, that would have been perfect.
No one likes Hitman anymore.
Either that, or
Hey.
you could have had John Wick fight the assassin from Team Fortress.
That one would have been a waste of like the license, I think. No, I think at the end of I don't like the matchup, but if they had to do it, I think this would probably have been the one that's gonna rake in the most money.
Okay, I'm looking at the chat now.
I can't tap dance anymore. Why would you tap dance in front of me?
I didn't know he actually had a tap dance taunt.
I can't
Wow.
tap dance. I used to tap dance. It used to be my favorite dance style, Mangler.
So, I would
And
say
when did you
that for the
realize you were
matchup-
gay?
I would say most versions, if you put John Wick in a room with not Jason Bourne, with James Bond, if James Bond just has like a standard equipment, he's probably going to lose to John Wick. Because John Wick does have like better feats, better I'd say just better fight scenes in general, better choreography, unless you include like
He's a
some of the
better.
Daniel Craig ones.
He's also a
But,
better.
like, that's like, yeah.
He's had this skill since he was a child. There's literally a prequel comic.
John Wick is just gonna stomp out James Bond, and the only reason he's not
No.
good. Go ahead.
Hang on.
Go ahead.
That's just for standard equipment, though. If we give James Bond like the best that he has to, it depends. Like if we like write the fight and script it, then like if they're just being dropped into a room, then Bond loses.
The problem is that Bond, he doesn't have the stats to keep up with John Wick. John Wick is literally fucking like superhuman.
No.
Without being superhuman.
The matchup should have been fucking the Black Mamba from Kill Bill versus fucking John Wick.
Ooh, that would have been good.
That should have been the matchup.
That actually would have been thematically appropriate too.
I mean, granted, she didn't lose her dog. She lost her baby, but we can make it work.
Still works. Small adorable thing. They're basically correlative.
Now, John Wick... No, so John Wick 1 and 2, it was kind of fair. Then John Wick 3 was like, hey...
Hey, we killed an entire, like, fucking compound of dudes. I mean, granted, he had help, but, like, that body count...
Fuck the compound. He lived while injured and coming back from like fucking
Cairo or whatever, the desert.
Middle East.
Yeah.
Like coming up from the Middle East. He hunkers down and defends an entire hotel against heavily armed squadrons.
And don't forget like those fucking ninja trained like fucking assassins that he beat.
Properly trained ninja assassins.
I was gonna say that the beginning of the movie is also pretty underrated, that he technically spends half the movie, or either a third to as much as half a movie, killing members of the Continental, who are all trained as hitmen and assassins.
Yeah, but
the first person who comes after him is a prime example to show that like it wouldn't even matter if you're physically stronger than him, as long as you're in the same tier. He's gonna fuck you up.
You mean that dumbass who decided to go and fight him in the library? That was such a stupid fucking idea. It's like, I still have 5 minutes. Oh, who's gonna care if I kill you? Alright, I guess we're doing this.
I did not know Nightmare could warp out of a jump. What the fuck? That's actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he can do a lot of things, just not show up at the right spot when I need him.
Hey, your Nightmare sucks ass. We've established this, not mine.
Your Nightmare's trash. You're just over here denying yourself reality. John Wick versus Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier takes that. For at least if we're talking MCU, the Winter Soldier takes that. Unfortunately, most MCU characters beat even the other humanoid characters in like movies.
Oh, what the fuck?
Did Mangler die? Oh, he's still in it.
What was that damage? Did you see that? I was at like full health. He was like, "Come here, boy."
You're both trash talking for thinking V takes skill, bro. I don't want to hear this from. Who do you mean? You mean Virgil? Anyways, I finally done with homework. Nice. I still need to write some more, actually. I'm like 6 pages out from finishing this chapter. Oh, no, I'm 5 pages out. I mean, Dante, you noob, even worse.
Also, V does take some skill to use. But, like, it's just a different type of skill. Like, I would argue it takes a lot more patience to use him. And position, because you literally have to play a character that isn't able to fight back on his own.
Alright. Hang on. Where do I...
You can argue he doesn't have like the same technical application as Dante, but that doesn't mean there's no skill required. Like, DMC is a game that has many different types of skills. I mean, just look at the way you're supposed to play like DMC3 is like D&D. You literally have to use like all the fucking styles and all the weapons to succeed in like certain missions. me gets triple S like it's a free advertisement, you're assuming that like having triple S means that you're like there's like some inherent value to that outside of like the ranking system.
To be fair, I don't think. I think after DMC2, the S value kind of lost its meaning because in DMC2 at least they gave you green orbs as a reward for having a higher style rating.
I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to fucking explain this to you, but every single game rewards you with more orbs for having.
I have yet to see any evidence for this.
You're stupid.
Listen, Mangler, I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about your anecdotal fucking claims. Provide some evidence or shut the fuck up!
DMC4 has the highest difficulty to master, but DMC5 is the more fun.
Mangler's just
Are you talking about like mechanics, or are you talking about actual game design, like enemy level design and difficulty of encounters? Because DMC4 is the easiest mainline DMC game as far as higher difficulty is concerned.
Listen. Mangler's just upset today because I've just been speaking nothing but truth. John Wick versus
Okay,
XZ. John Wick versus Kingsman. I think John Wick still takes that pretty easily. I don't think anything. Well, actually, hang on. Let me think about the Kingsman movies real quickly.
XP is a better matchup for Bond, probably.
Stop yelling, bro.
Actually, wait a minute. Why did they do the Kingsman versus Bond? That's
The
perfect.
Kingsmen aren't popular.
Bullshit.
No, their franchise fell off a cliff.
Bruh, the prequel movie that came out flew under the radar so fucking hard that no one even talked about it.
You know what? My brother said it was actually a really good movie. I just never went to go watch it because I didn't care. Stop yelling, bro.
I couldn't get into it. I watched like an hour of it and I couldn't get into it.
Hello, Jeremy.
DMC3 over DMC5 mechanically. Samaj, you must be
That's actually
smoking
wrong.
like so much crack. like DMC3's official style switching port is a massive mess. And it's the closest thing you have to the highest level of depth, but it makes the same mistake that Base 4 does, where it locks you out of customization for Dante, the character that has the most depth in the game. It actually managed to double the problem that Dante had by giving him 2 additional styles, which again, not a problem if he can manually activate them the way that he's supposed to, but then you give him 5 guns and 5 swords that he can only swap through one direction and can't customize them in any order.
Wait, that's not true. You have to use the wheel.
No. So the wheel goes the wheel goes one direction.
Wait. So you're telling me when you
okay, so if I were to let's say we load up the game, right? I'm just gonna pause this so I can explain this.
All right.
I have Ebony and Ivory,
Okay.
and the shotgun, the Spiral, Artemis, and Kalina Ann.
Yes.
Okay. If I switch for Ebony and Ivory, like when I started the game, I cannot customize the guns at all. I
Yes.
have to have 5 guns as soon as I unlock all the weapons. I can never have 2 guns again when I'm playing under that mode.
Okay.
And I can never move the shotgun
But
to where Kalina Ann is, to where Artemis is, or Spiral is.
isn't the weapon wheel supposed to beat that though? Like, isn't that like you activate
No,
the weapon?
wheel just cycles between them.
Can't you choose immediately where to go on the wheel though? Like with the D-pad or something?
No.
What? Wait. Are you
No.
serious? Hang on. I'm
You
looking this
cannot
up.
customize the wheel at all.
No. Okay.
No, the D-pad is for style switching.
No. Okay. So you turn on the wheel. Wait, you have to cycle through the wheel? Like, do you have to go one
Yes,
at?
you have
Oh,
to
that is
cycle through the wheel manually, one
that is trash. That is absolutely
That
dog
actually
shit.
makes that Dante less playable than he was in the base version. It makes him more unplayable than DMC4 Dante. Because at least you only have to manage like 5 styles, 3 guns, and 3 swords, which isn't that bad once you play 5 Dante. There's nothing that prepares you for 6 fucking styles, 5 guns, and 5 devil arms. There's nothing that's garbage.
Yeah, I thought the weapon wheel circumvented that problem, but I guess not. That is.
It does if you play a proper port of it, because actual ports of the actual style switching mods account for this because they allow you to customize it as much as you wish in whatever order that you wish, because that's how it should have been designed in the fucking first place.
All right, you can continue.
Yes, we must continue.
No,
For
that's all
a
Mangler.
good fault.
That's all Mangler's bitchy about. He's just bitchy about the Switch game or the Switch version.
No, like I'm not talking about like base DMC3 Dante though. I don't think DMC3 mechanically has anything to compare to like Fives as far as like depth of like the combat and combo system. Maybe certain enemy designs, but every like best enemy design that you could get in DMC3, you can get better ones in 5. Like for the first time in this series, we actually have a game where every single enemy in the game can be comboed. Every single enemy, even the fucking Fury, can be comboed because there are moves that can lock him out of his teleports into extra additional stun time. Even the fucking Fury can be comboed.
Doesn't the Fury have like a hit limit though? Like you hit him enough certain amount of times.
Yes, but stun extends the hit limit because he's just like, I want to get away, and you're like, no, electric revolver.
Why are you lying?
Please run into the beam. Oh my god. Oh, I finally died. Oh no. Alright, boys. The first gold orb.
First death achieved. Blitz is
Everybody
better to
get a
fight.
1 on
The
the
Blitz is not better to fight than the Fury. I just hate the Fury.
Never.
But...
And unless you just hate the Fury. Like, I can actually hit the Fury out of its jump paths. I can lock it into additional stun, and it's actually designed to fight multiple enemies. Whereas, like, aside from Nero, Virgil is the only one that's actually designed to fight the Blitz. And I don't want to hear it from Dante, because Dante has, like weapons that work well against the Blitz.
Devil, get him!
His attack does not stagger the Blitz properly.
Get him! You hear all this shit Mangler's talking about your main? Get him!
Tired of people being on like this insane like crack when it comes to DMC4 Dante. Like he's like this pinnacle of game design, and it's like no, that's the opposite of what he is.
Go ahead.
He's a great melting pot of like game design discussion, and there's a lot to learn from him, and he's got a huge amount of
Anyone
depth.
saying 4 Dante's unplayable is just a skill issue? Yeah, a skill issue that takes you fucking 2 years to master.
A skill issue caused by how the game is designed.
Listen, I don't like the Blitz. Well, actually, I don't like... Wow, Mangler, you just got air juggled. Holy fuck.
I literally couldn't move.
Anyways.
I've never had that happen before, where Garion has like air comboed me with a bunch of fucking...
Hey, listen, man. I get it. Performance issues when people are watching. It happens to everybody, man. It's not a big deal. It never happened to me, though, but, you know...
I'm not having performance issues for the first fucking...
I literally just saw you get air juggled by the enemy NPC.
Which I stated has never happened before.
Well, apparently the performance issues are affecting you then. Hang on. Blitz, I'll answer this question right now, Dark Lord. Blitz is not better to fight at all. I will actually say I prefer fighting the Blitz over the Fury, but I will not say that the Fury is not better designed than the Blitz. I just prefer dealing with the Blitz. I think he's more fun to deal with, and I know it's going to get me, like, crucified.
It will. But later. For now, I must put an end to Garion's lineage.
It's weird how they put enemies that break the flow of combat, dude. Anyone would think that stuff is a bad idea. So every hack and slash game, to some extent, requires what is known as the ninja character, the ninja enemy. This is the enemy that could actually kill you in a 1v1 if you're not careful. Every good hack and slash game has one. Then there's God of War, so we don't talk about that.
And they should, because it's basically an opportunity to let the player know that the game developers mean business now.
Again,
they're not allowed to just like trample over literally everybody in the game.
Again, this is actually why, and I'm not sure if Mangler will agree with me on this one. Like, I would personally say the DMC reboot had probably the best ninja enemy, period, in regards to the DMC series.
I wouldn't disagree. The Doppelganger was the Dream Runner was a better designed Fury. He was better than both the Blitz and the Fury combined.
Alright.
He was the best version of that enemy.
Hang on. Luffy, Gear 5 versus Record of Ragnarok characters in the Gauntlet. How far can he go before he lose? Let me mute the game real quickly.
He doesn't go anywhere.
I was going to say, this becomes a question of, are we talking equalized or are we talking unequalized? Because if we're talking unequalized, then Luffy probably makes it fucking nowhere.
He would literally be the weakest character. character to show up in the Ragnarok tournament.
Okay, or I have a better question. Do we just randomly give him a Voland to like equalize it then? Like we can't actually give him.
Let's circumvent it and let's just say that he can harm the gods.
Well, no, because okay. So if we assume he can't harm the gods,
Let's put him up against the humans, and let's assume that okay, let's say he goes up against Lubu. Besides from a massive AP stomp, he's not gonna survive the Sky Eater.
I was about to say, dude, if we give we give that to
If he goes up
Adam, he's
against
gonna
Adam,
fall in love again.
Adam's gonna fuck him hard and be like, "You got Gear 5, so do I."
Hey, that's a great ability.
What
Can't wait to surpass
Better
it.
than yours.
Oh,
Good job, Mangler. Mangler, do you know about the one attack blitz thing? Do you know you can't attack blitz then guard so you don't take damage? Oh, DMC4 Dante. Inertia is one thing people always talk about DMC4 about. Like everyone and their mother praises the inertia.
No,
there is a way that you can. Oh, go ahead.
So I was gonna say this now. Like a lot of people just like, "Ooh, Luffy Gear 5, he solos versus." Like, no, he has the most shittest version of Toon Force I have ever seen. Calm the fuck down.
We call it subjective reality, but okay.
No, it's basically just Toon Force, to be fair.
Okay, what does it do?
Literally turns him into like a cartoon character. He can do anything you can imagine a cartoon character can do. Like Bugs Bunny shit.
So is the power that it brings his imagination into reality?
Yeah.
That is subjective reality.
It's called Toon Force, bro.
No, that's called subjective
It's
reality.
called
Toon Force is
Toon
using
Force.
cartoon physics.
Yes, that's what he does.
Yeah, and people call that Toon Force.
If you bring your imagination into reality, that is called subjective
The
reality.
way he does it is just by affecting himself physically, as far as I know.
No. Okay, so Mangler, you've seen how Bugs Bunny interacts with shit, right?
Yes.
Okay, think of it like that, but way, way worse.
No, like that's the
What
thing.
regard?
Like it's shittier. It's a shittier version.
What do you mean it's a shittier version?
Well, okay, so you know how Bugs Bunny can be burned apart and he'll be fine? Well, Luffy can still be burned. It just won't, like... If he gets... he doesn't gain the absurd healing and resistance, like, durability of a Toon Force character. He just gains the abilities to do Toon Force shit.
This sounds kind of disappointing.
Well, that's why Kyle said it was shitty.
Okay, no. A better example. Think of him like the Mask, except, like, less, like...
The mask,
good
but even
and more
shittier.
goofy.
This just sounds so bad, though.
It's like the worst Toon Force, which is a shame.
Again, like, this is why, like people... As soon as people heard that Luffy had Toon Force, they creamed themselves thinking he was going to solo versus. But then a lot of people looked into his power and it's just like, this is fucking garbage.
Luffy can still be drowned, right? I'm gonna call it right now. We're actually gonna find out in Gear 5, the sea doesn't affect Luffy anymore. We're gonna find out in the final arc that that's how it works. I guarantee you.
So you're gonna say in the final battle against Blackbeard, he's gonna smack him into the sea like some sort of...
And Luffy's just gonna get up. Yeah, Luffy's just gonna come back. Or if not, watch Luffy his abilities no longer be negated. Watch Blackbeard's fruit now work on Luffy.
That probably seems more likely.
It's gonna be both. I guarantee you. Anyways, you watch versus the record. Okay, so equal stats. Okay, so Kyle, equal stats. Luffy, how far do you think he makes it? Let's go with humans first, and then go to gods.
So going through the humans, he beats Lubu. It's questionable if he could beat Sasaki. He's losing to Adam because Adam literally just gains the same abilities but better. Jack would lose. Raiden would lose. Would you count Buddha?
He does fight for humanity, and he did start as a human at one point. So Buddha counts.
I think his eye ability might keep him a step ahead of Luffy.
Remember, Luffy can also see the future as well.
Yeah, but Buddha would also see that happen as well. It'd basically be this entire thing of like, what do you think would work better, observation haki or like for this effect to read the soul?
I'm gonna say
because as soon as he does that, it's gonna be like this continuous infinite loop of seeing who can one up each other in like future sight. So we'll call that a stalemate.
All right.
And for Quinshin Han, I'm not quite sure if the air bubbles are even gonna do anything to Luffy.
I don't think they would, because of his Gear 5. I think that seems fine. Just like on top of your head, not really thinking about it seriously. Now as for the gods.
Again, like, we know now that all the gods have basically, like, existence erasure, so how do you want to go with that?
They don't directly use it in combat, though, because none of them have instantly used it on an opponent. So, we'll say that, like, if you think it's a tough fight, they might use it, but if not, we just won't, like, factor it in.
Then, in a fight against 4, I think he could probably beat 4. He'd probably actually no. He'd lose to Zeus because he's not getting past the time stop. He'd probably outlast Heracles. Shiva's gonna be the one that will probably win because he'll probably like burn him to death. And then if we're going with Zero has the weapons that could probably put him down. And if he turns into the demon, I don't see Luffy surviving. Then Hades is kind of in the same position as Poseidon. So if you think that the Biden would win, sure.
I don't think there's gonna be any special plans for 4th of July. I'm afraid, mainly because of I think our brother's working tomorrow, and on top of that, he's got his own issues going on, sadly. So we probably won't have any special 4th of July thing this year.
As far as I'm aware, I think the next human fighter we're getting is Kentucky.
Yeah, I think I'm right about that. We'll see what happens, though. But as far as I know, we don't have any fireworks planned or anything. Going on, people theory. Luffy will have 2 devil fruits because people think Gear 5 can change the user's DNA. I think if Luffy's going to have a second devil fruit, they would have given him aces already.
Okay, so this is the funny thing is that like technically devil fruits do change you on like the cellular level, and this is shown. Not just with like Logias, but it's also shown with some Paramecias and definitely the Zoans.
So
when you eat a devil fruit, it's embedded into your cells and your DNA.
Yeah, but you can remove it technically. I think it just kills you.
We don't know how Blackbeard does it. I think he does it with his specific power.
Well, no, because
I don't think we've seen specifically how he does it.
Oh, right. Hang on. You watch versus record of Ragnarok verse. Kyle, you know more about that character than I do.
I think the only one who's getting close to beating him is Adam, because anything Yuha tries, Adam will literally just copy it.
Hang on.
This boss is so bothersome.
Nonsense. Hang on, what was that noise? Oh, hello, Neil. So, how are you doing today?
Good, I guess. I don't know. I'm not planning to be here for a long time. Matter of fact, I only came here because of something specific.
Oh, what happened?
So I'm gonna make this quick right now. So it's come to my attention that people are starting to throw subliminals. Yeah. So, fuck it. I'm gonna just go in on this. Forget it. Forget it. Not putting this no more. So, a Fetty Sparta, like, bro, listen. I understand that you don't agree with what I think and my likes and my opinions on Megami Tensei and the likes. However, I don't think that that gives you room to just throw subliminals when I'm not here and I'm clearly just not filling up the streaming and just taking a break from it. So I find it kind of very friendly and very convenient that how when I don't appear on stream, it's suddenly you start throwing stuff about me, but you'll never say this to me personally in Discord or anything like that. Kind of very funny actually.
I was gonna
I'm not
say, what
even
the hell are
insulted by the fact
subliminals
that you
are?
disagree. No, I don't even have a little. I don't even have offense to the fact that you disagree with me. It's the fact that you're throwing subliminals and trying to act like I'm fucking bugging out for I like SMT3 a lot. Yeah, no, I do like the game a lot. And matter of fact, I'm just saying, and I'm not even alone on the fact that many people love the game. Say what you want about the game. At this point, I don't give a shit anymore. That's not the point. The point in here is that it you're just gonna just fucking throw me under the bus and shit for liking on the likes. Like again, that's where I begin to just draw the line at. And here's my thing as well too. It's like, bro, I understand that by all technicalities there are stuff in the series that that you would consider better. For example, Megami Tensei 4, I would say is a more constructed game than 3. But however, that doesn't mean just because something's more polished doesn't mean that it's something that's more enjoyable. I like 4, as a matter of fact, it's my second favorite behind 3, but I don't find it as enjoyable as 3. 3 may be a game that has a lot of issues and a lot of flaws, but I can argue those flaws also kind of add to the charm to it, and also, as well, it also kind of provides a very fun experience, especially since the game loves kicking you in the nads in many areas. Like again, it's all preference based, and it's just always going to come down to preference based at the end of the day. Otherwise, 3 wouldn't have the type of crowd and type of fan base that it has when itself. It's a sub fan base within the wider SMT fan base as it is. Now, what else was I going to say? As well, and another thing I was like, oh, what?
I was just gonna answer a question. Yes, Devil. This is the DMC5 DMD challenge run.
And last thing is as well, SMT3 did not do more harm to the series than anything. It literally put the series on the map in the West, and also literally every game for it would build off of it in a lot of areas. Matter of fact, a lot of conventions in 5 literally comes from 3, and so on and so forth. Like the series literally, by every account, has literally helped the series in almost every way. Whether you think that it pushed the series back mechanically, which I disagree with immensely. Matter of fact, again, every SMT since has built off of it in some type of way. Maybe not as much as 5 has, but nonetheless, it's built off the series in some type of way. So 3 was only the next step into making the SMT games that we see now. Again, it's all preference based, but also I just disagree with that sentiment in general. Like again, I know it's become somewhat popular to this 3, and honestly, I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. That is what it is, and I admit that there's a reason for why it does have some of the issues that it is. I just find it really annoying how I can't fucking enjoy this game without acting like I'm fucking crazy for doing so. Like, dude, seriously, I understand that people have different preferences and so on and so forth, but it's like, come on, man, this is ridiculous. And again, I also wouldn't have so much problem if you just didn't do it subliminally as well. Well, not even subliminally because you did mention me my name.
I was gonna say, I don't understand what what the term subliminally means here.
So subliminal dissing is essentially when you suddenly take shots at somebody, but not essentially don't actually say their name. Like for example, if I were to say, if I were to say, at least this dude's cool on like a certain person who likes Fuda, that would be a subliminal diss towards you in this context because,
Yeah, you can go ahead and just leave it there. It's fine.
you get what I'm saying here. That's what I mean by subliminal disses as well. Like, come on, bro. Or maybe I'm tripping, but it's like, bro, come on, man. It's like I wouldn't have so much of an issue if you just, at least talk to me. It's like, say this to me whenever I'm around and not when I'm not around. Like, bro, come on, dude.
This enemy step on the legs. No need to jump on the ship. The ship is definitively a better way to get onto Gilgamesh's body. Like, it doesn't require some lock-on fuckery. I can just jump up there via air taunts.
Lies. No, but
Gilgamesh is generally a terrible boss fight, so I don't really enjoy trying to interact with any of Gilgamesh's mechanics.
Yeah.
I kind of refuse to do so out of principle.
No, yeah, because earlier we were talking about fucking Devil Summoner, or if I was gonna get Devil Summoner 2, and I was just like, I don't really feel like buying it, and I have so much of a back catalog of games I gotta beat anyways.
I mean, Devil's Summoner is a really fine game. It's really cool, and it's like probably one of my favorite Megami Tensei games. Period.
Oh, my
But
bad.
still,
Devil Summoner 2, the new one.
okay, I'm thinking of something. Okay, my bad. I need to.
Yeah, because there's a new one coming out, I think, in August, and they were like, "Are you gonna play it?" And I'm just like, I'm planning to buy Final Fantasy VII Remake. That's probably gonna take up a lot of my time. Persona 5 drops in October. I still gotta beat Minecraft, for fuck's sake.
Like I said, I do, and again, the last thing I will say on this, like I do stand by the idea. I think SMT is, at least in my personal opinion, a 10 out of 10 game. Maybe for different reasons that many people wouldn't use, because I don't. Again, I think I went on this tirade before, maybe not here, but on a different server. That I personally think that like how we judge games in a way is just, it's not really as effective, or at least universal as we really would like to believe. But
Oh, so I understand.
that's in its own self. But like I said, I do think that SMT is a 10 out of 10 game. But then again, it also depends on what standards you factor in. Depends on what you want to go by, and so on and so forth. Because while I may think it's 10 out of 10, some person may think that it's just, well, not. And that's that. That's it is what it is. I can't change what a person looks for in a game. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's enjoyment of a game is going to be based on the individual. I'm obviously think there's a little bit more to work with when it comes to discussing a game, but that's just like personally. I was thinking of, have you guys ever played God Hand? No, I have not. Never
I played it
got a
for
chance.
5 minutes total, and then my emulator died, and then I stopped playing it.
You can turn your Xbox into an emulation machine, I think, right? The Series X and S can be turned into emulation machines.
Yeah, you have to get like a license and some developer mode, but yeah, you can do it. It only takes like 20 minutes to set up.
Yeah, I have an idea. Why don't you get Ultra Kill for PC? What the hell is Ultra Kill?
I would actually love to.
Oh, it's a shooter game. It's actually really good. It's really worth a buy.
Let me take a look at this. Oh, okay. It's $15. What
It's
the?
worth it. It really is. I'm so serious. It's actually worth the price.
What the hell is this like a Doom game?
No,
More or less,
it's
but
like a,
even then, I wouldn't want to really call it Doom because it's kind of on a league of its own. But
it's like a shooter game with a style system.
What? Oh wait, how do you know about this? It's not even on console.
Do not know. Do not ask yourself what I know. Not important.
I was going to say, last thing I was going to say as well, one of the reasons why I haven't been really consistently showing up at streamers is like I usually do, because I kind of just want to take a break from it, honestly. It's just personal, that's all.
Thank you, Alan, for the $5. I appreciate it. Not sure why you donated me, but thank you nonetheless. Yeah, that's fine, man.
And like I said, it's just, I don't know, it's no slight against any of y'all or anything like that. It's just, I just really need it, and honestly, I really do.
Nah, man, it's all good. Especially since I know that, like, when you come to the streams, you're staying up till, like, 4 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah. And again, like I said, the only reason I even came to this stream because someone brought to my attention that people were dissing me, and I'm like, okay.
By other people, do you just mean Ryan?
No, I'm not even trying to fall from it. Actually, wasn't him.
All right, that's fine. I was gonna say because the way it sounds like because like that happened like an hour or two. I think it might have happened like an hour and a half ago. So it's like that would mean that someone messaged you. So I was just like, I just assumed to be Ryan since he's usually the guy who, at least as far as I know, talks to you directly. Oh, there we go.
I almost thought you meant me handing you the $5.
No, Alan. There was another Alan who showed up recently. At least I think that's how it's pronounced.
I mean, is it spelled any differently?
Yeah, because Alan's name is spelled Allen, and this guy's name is spelled Alan.
Oh. Well, I didn't know that.
Well, it's still Alan, right?
I was only just moved down to move the fanboy and I'll just move on. I mean, You guys can like what you like. There's a lot of the
Alan.
hack and slashes have different appeals. A lot of like spectacle fighters have really different appeals to, I guess their approaches. Like I actually like Ninja Gaiden mainly for a lot of its movement, a lot of its like wall jumping, things like that. But I've mainly been playing like Ninja Gaiden 1. I haven't really experienced too much.
Was Ultra Kill on that one guy's game series of playing games that are like Dark Souls?
I don't know what that one guy is, but maybe.
No, so there was a guy who decided to play a game, or play. He does a series called 10 More Dark Souls like games. I think is what it's called. And I think he might have played this game on that like YouTube series. I played for like 10 minutes, got bored and deleted it. I'll think about it because it's not on sale for the Steam Summer. Is it on sale for Steam Summer Sale? It is on sale for $5, so maybe I'll consider it for sure. Because I was gonna say, like, I kind of want to grab probably maybe a few PC games. Bro, Rat 101 did a video on it recently. The game's pretty good. It's Doom Eternal DMC ranks. Actually, I can play Doom Eternal. Like, Doom Eternal's on Game Pass, actually. I can go back and play Doom Eternal even though I didn't like it. My cousin's always dissing me with guns and Ninja Gaiden Black fanboy, and I just move on. Sorry to hear that. I think most of the human fighters have better abilities than most of the Valkyrie abilities. The Valkyries haven't really demonstrated all that many abilities. Unless, hang on, let me check and see if that wallflower's still here. He's currently healing himself. Listen, Neo, I'm sorry, but I was trying to diss you. The reason I brought up your name is because you're one of the few people. Neo already left.
Alright, that should kill him.
He's still alive.
I say, as he's still alive.
He is still kicking.
Those Helon Tauras have, like, hell of a lot of health. Alright. Well, currently, about 12:49, but I still got, like, another hour, maybe another hour and a half, and we're on about mission 7.
Well, you don't go to work tomorrow, right?
No, I have Monday off for some fucking reason.
Because the 4th of July, Jagoff.
Well, so I say that because, like, my work sent out a schedule for people who were like, hey, here's the times we're going to be open from, like, I think it was, like, 8 a.m. to, like, 7 p.m. Please inform, like, our guests we're not going to be serving, like, breakfast this day. And I'm like, oh, so I guess people are going to be working. And then I got my schedule, and then I wasn't working Monday. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay, so guys, going back to the games I mentioned that I might buy because they're on sale. So currently in my Steam library, I have the Warhammer game, new turn-based strategy game. That's kind of more for me. And I have access, and I have fucking Final Fantasy VII, Chainsaw Boys are big boys? They are. Remake. Is there any other game on Steam I should take a look at? I'm not... Nello, did you hear a fucking word I just said? I already mentioned Final Fantasy VII Remake. Killer... You know what, Newhin? Fine. If I'm gonna go through this, I might as well get Killer 7 while I'm at it, since you keep asking.
The heck is Killer 7?
It's this old game made by the guy who does No More Heroes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
all the No More Heroes games are coming to like multi-platform.
Oh wow!
They already did.
It's $5.99.
Okay.
All right, yeah, I'll put that in there. What the fuck?
Time to use the Bringer Buster, or the Buster Arm, Buster Breaker, whatever the fuck this thing is called.
Mangler.
Yes.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Do you think the Android Saga is better than the Frieza Saga in Dragon Ball Z?
What regard?
Some people say the Frieza Saga is better because the Android Saga backtracks to the Red Ribbon Army.
I think continuity is okay. Generally makes the series better if it's done well, because it rewards knowledge and time spent on a series. Whereas like the Frieza Saga is more like rewarding, short-term rewarding, whereas Android Saga is like long-term continuity.
Hang on.
That seems like a stupid reason. I haven't really done like an in-depth analysis and comparison of like the Frieza Saga versus this Android Saga.
Hell's Phantom Dust. Phantom Dust is not popping up here. I don't think that's a real game.
It is. It's an original Xbox game.
Oh.
Yeah, it's an old one. Alright, let me kill these generators real quick. Also, if anyone's curious how the Clypaw typically tries to produce demons during DMC5, you're looking at him right now. It just masses all this human blood together and just starts spitting them out.
Me, like Zim says, Persona's better than S53. I guess Bayonet's better in DMC, lol. I mean...
It has some attributes that are definitely better. Not like... It does lose in a lot of other... Oh, nice! Oh, fuck, I missed that.
Alright. Okay, so I guess I could check it out on Xbox later. It looks like... Alright, so is that going to be it more or less for your Steam? Oh, Cuphead's $14. I don't feel like buying it.
If you're gonna buy it at all, wait until the DLC drops.
Is it on Game Pass yet?
It has not dropped yet.
That is ridiculous. Oh, Tales of Arise is $29.
What about the people that actually had to wait for it?
Nah. Oh boy, Fallout 4 is $7.99.
Dude, just wait for them to release a remastered collection. You know they're gonna fucking do that.
Speaking
do
of
that for all the Fallout games.
Speaking of Fallout, where's New Vegas at? Is anyone check out Catherine, please?
It's usually on sale like every couple months.
Yeah, I know because
all the other Fallout games.
Because it's perfect. Are you saying New Vegas is not the best Fallout game? Hey, by all means, you can be wrong. Go ahead, say it.
I don't think it is.
Which one do you think's the best?
I think Fallout 3 is a better Fallout game.
Then New Vegas.
Yeah. I would say that.
Dude. What? Don't even... and you gave me shit earlier.
Dude, you've literally just spent this entire stream while I'm playing. I'm out here busting my ass on DMD, giving me shit hot takes. But I tell you, Fallout 3 is a better game.
Dude, because you are bro, because you're so fucking wrong. Like literally everything New Vegas does is just an improvement on Fallout 3.
I would disagree with that.
Provide one example, you basic bitch.
Early game leveling.
The early game leveling in New Vegas is great.
Energy weapons.
Energy weapons are fine in New Vegas. Granted, while they do focus more on guns, it's fine. Well, what's your problem with energy weapons in New Vegas specifically?
They're exceedingly rare.
So there's this place called the Silver Bullet. No, it's the Silver Rush. It's the Silver Rush.
I hate when I bring that up. Just like energy weapons builds are basically non-existent. They're like, well, people in the Silver Rush. I'm like, yeah, let me just go run down to the fucking strip because they have that luxury in every playthrough around energy weapons. Go fuck yourself.
Okay, fine. I know this great place called the Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah, let me go find those guys, those technology cultists that are just chilling inside their bunker. and go through their
Man,
long
you
ass
are
thing.
just not satisfied with any of this, are you? You just want it to be fucking handed to you on a fucking platter.
Sure. After air comboing this man for 4 generations of his life, he is still alive.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Aw, my
So-
microspacing was off.
So, I guess I'll ask the question then. Besides fucking... So, what are your other complaints besides energy weapons? Because I feel like your energy weapons... Zim, God Hand, perhaps for the cringe and meme. God Hand is unfortunately not on Steam.
Not as many consequences for, like, the companion system, so your companions can't really die at all. That's kind of stupid.
So you don't play on the harder difficulties, I take it?
No, I have.
Well, the companions die on the hard difficulties.
It just knocks them unconscious.
No, on... Wait. Oh, you don't play on survival then?
No, I don't play on fucking... Wait, you telling me that they chose only to add that for a mode that makes it like a very hardcore survival run instead of on their hardest base difficulty?
Survival is actually the real... I hate to sound like this. I really fucking do. And I'm so sorry you're gonna hear me say this for once.
It's the real difficulty mode?
I was gonna say survival's the real way you should play New Vegas.
Isn't it called, it's called hardcore mode?
I think it's called... Here, let me check real quickly.
Survival's the one from 4. It's hardcore in New Vegas.
I think it's hardcore mode, yeah. Because I'm going to be honest, New Vegas is a great game without it, but playing hardcore mode in New Vegas, oh, it's chef's kiss.
Why won't these fuckers die?
I'm just genuinely surprised because like you're like the only you're one of the few people I've met in general who think Fallout 3 is better than New Vegas. And I thought you had taste. Now you're gonna tell me you like Fallout 4 better.
Don't you disagree with me on, like, most of my takes regarding gaming?
Give me another one and we'll see.
I mean, this stream's kind of been going anywhere for a while now, so I'm not really sure where to start.
I'm
kind of focusing on this at the moment.
Listen, I need you to give me another trash hot take before I can decide if I agree with you or not.
I can't think of one at the moment.
That's not like the main
I don't
one
really
right
give
now.
out bad info. That's not really my thing.
Nonsense. That's all you do.
So, Zim, you want to hear a joke?
Sure.
You please die.
You're good. You make great arguments.
Oh. That's rough, buddy.
Wow. Nothing but pain from you. No, fuck no. New Vegas is the better game. Literally everyone agrees with them. There are metrics to work with. Again, Mangler points out fucking the energy weapons being less available, and that's fair. But not only does that explain lore-wise, they're not as inaccessible as he makes them out to be. I guess Mangler's the one guy who decides to wait to play the entire game before doing the main quest. I think this might be the first time I've seen Tomboy actually used in the combo.
On DMD, perhaps.
I love New Vegas more than 3. No, most of the planet does. I'm not trying to argue majority here, but almost every Fallout fan, with the exception of some rare individuals who we're gonna call 3 challenged, say it's 3 for some fucking reason. Listen, okay, but at least you're not gonna say 4's better, right? Like, you're gonna say 4's worse than both of them at least?
I think 4 is a worse game than New Vegas, mainly
Okay,
because it guts out like a lot of its
that's fine.
a lot of its dialogue, its
Good,
story,
good, good.
factions aren't fleshed out.
Great, beautiful, beautiful. That's all I needed to hear. As long as we're like not completely off the same topic.
I think the gunplay and things like that, like the general attachments and like the combat in general, is a lot better. How VOTS is handled is better, but that doesn't make up for it in my opinion.
All right, Rick Sanchez versus the Doctor. The Doctor should take that, depending on how much knowledge Rick has. No, I think the Doctor. No, I think the Doctor just takes that in general. I'm gonna give that straight to the Doctor.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
The guy from Rick and Morty.
Oh.
Yeah, that was off a Death Battle cast. I actually caught that argument between Ben, who was arguing for the Doctor, and somebody else who was arguing for Rick, and he literally had nothing to come back with when Ben brought up like the magic screwdriver or the sonic screwdriver, whatever it's called.
Really? I mean, the sonic screwdriver is good, but it's not infallible. And it can take time depending on the technology. What did Ben say about it? Do you remember?
Not in detail.
That's fine.
It's just like two series that, like, one of them I couldn't get into, and one of them is just way too old and way too big to even attempt.
You don't have to watch all of it. You really just have to watch. Really, you just have to start with the Ninth Doctor. If you really want to get into modern Doctor Who, you don't have to watch all of it. It's not necessary. And most of people only talk about modern Doctor Who anyways.
Yeah, but I'm somebody, if I'm gonna go for a character, I'm gonna go for it from start to bottom.
They're literally
But,
all different,
I
doctors.
I couldn't get into Rick and Morty, and I thought, like, it wasn't funny. So I just, like, dropped it
What?
after the first season.
What? Are you saying you didn't think Rick and Morty was fucking comedy incarnate?
No, I thought it was fucking terrible.
Ah! Bro, they had Elon Musk. Hang on.
And?
What do you mean, and? That's all I'm supposed to have! Mangler, you've been fighting this guy for 20 minutes!
I know, the Proto-Angela has so much fucking health. Dude, why isn't he just... I mean, I guess he's technically a boss, but why didn't they give him a health bar? Like an actual one, not this lock-on health bar.
Okay, go ahead, Kyle.
You said that, like, Rick and
That
Morty
was
has had
half
Elon.
my health.
Those The Simpsons and Family Guy, and I like those way better than Rick and Morty.
It's because your IQ is just not high enough, guy.
And that's the kind of attitude I hate. Is like, you're just not a higher intellectual. It's like, no, you're just easily amused by shit they probably get wrong.
Why do you say it like that? Listen, just because that's true doesn't mean you're right.
No, they give off the same energy as the people who think that, like, they're superior comedy addicts because they like the Big Bang Theory.
Oh, that's fucked. Hang on, let me read some more comments. Hey, Zim, you want it?
It's fun, but it's the same energy.
I actually own a copy of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. I did not like it. It wasn't bad, but I prefer Dragon Ball Raging Blast over it.
I thought you were going to tell me you own a copy of fucking The Big Bang Theory.
No.
That's what I was gonna say too.
I'm going to reach my hand through iPad and smack you.
Finally.
So,
Holy
unironically, Zim, I just made a Morty reference. Wow. I'll check it out.
Okay, actually, let's see if you agree with me. Do you think The Big Bang Theory died when it started becoming the thing it was making fun of?
I think the Big Bang Theory died a little bit. I think after I think the first 2 seasons.
Yes. So when they stopped making fun of nerd culture and started trying to be nerd culture.
Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm watching TV somewhere and the Big Bang Theory's on, I'll probably watch it. Like, I don't have a problem watching it, but like.
Okay, so the doctor's office.
Honestly, I wish they'd be playing the fucking Big Bang Theory at Doctor's Office. My doctor's offices are usually playing these trash ass shit. Like, dude, you thought fucking Swamp Meat discount shit was bad? Let's take it one step further. Hang on. Let's see here. Also, no. I see there's a big old discussion with Devil Survivor. We're just gonna skip that. How powerful is the sonic screwdriver? It's just like counters most technology. It's not really a power thing. And there are literally people in the universe who can just tell you go fuck yourself, and it doesn't work on it. Lol, bear persona. Unpopular opinion: Bale's story is subpar. Which one? People still watch Rick and Morty. Same here, dude. Rick and Morty was mega overrated. I never actually got into Rick and Morty, but I kept up with the shenanigans around the show. Kyle, do you want Raven to come back for Guilty Gear Strive? I'm pretty sure Raven's already in Guilty Gear Strive, aren't they?
No, I think he was in Revelator.
Which one's Raven? Isn't Raven the femboy that came out?
No, that's Testament.
No, thank you.
I don't really care about Raven. I only care if Slayer comes back.
Yeah, because you want to play as your wife beater.
Oh my god, she regenerates. Oh wait.
She regenerates, so it's okay to fucking kill her?
It's not killing her, it's just having a nice little drink.
That is
they have a healthy marriage.
She has a healthy marriage with a man who beats her.
It's consensual. She likes it.
It's more like masochism.
It's not even beating her up. It's literally just draining her blood.
Yeah, he kills her. Bruh. Kyle literally out here trying to defend a fucking dysfunctional, abusive relationship, bruh.
I'm not defending anything. You're kink shaming.
Are they gonna to do the doc about your ankle, or is it fully healed already? My ankle is as healed as it's going to be. I am 5% permanently crippled. Bruh, she's
so you're 5% permanently crippled and 95% retarded.
That's crazy, bro. I seem to have 0.5 more points than you. That's fucking crazy.
Well, I'm sorry for only being 90% retarded.
Anyways, she's alive when he wins the fight. I don't think that's the point. The reason he's not coming back is because they literally have him, and this is why Zim wouldn't get past the bad ending in Catherine. Long time no see. Have you ever thought about playing the Ninja Gaiden series on stream? Yeah, I've been thinking about playing it. Also, hey man, how you doing? Kyle, what are you watching? What are you watching, buddy? He treats her well. The drinking thing's only on Revelator. Suspicious.
Sign.
Oh, look at that.
Man, I wish I had Tomboy for that Fury fight.
Will Blackbeard do more better than Luffy in Record of Ragnarok? It depends on how you want to take his like black hole ability to suck things into it.
It depends on if Blackbeard is running the Relinquish deck. Is his suck really that effective?
Do you think a gentleman like him would be his wife? I saw him drain her fucking blood. Life has been treating me fine. Which abusive relationship are we talking about? A Guilty Gear vampire who drinks the blood of his wife. And then tosses her aside like a rag dog. Go ahead.
Likes it. Okay with it.
Uh-huh. Okay, buddy. Okay. You would be great in an abusive relationship, like, get together. When Family Guy did the I think, what was it called, the Cries of Silence, the one where like Gwen's fucking sister's being in an abusive relationship, where you're like, it's okay, she's fine with it. Hey, Smosh, don't say that shit. Hang on, I'm deleting that. No, don't post that shit, Smosh. Don't throw me under the bus like that. This is what we're working on Kyle here, not me right now. Kyle, what the fuck is that noise in the background?
That is some video playing.
Indeed it is. Harry Potter or Draco Malfoy, which character was best?
I don't really remember Draco Malfoy.
Yeah, probably don't
I just remember wanting him to get punched in the face, and then Hermione actually doing it.
Well, this depends. Are we talking book or are we talking movie? Because they're two different characters.
I was gonna say the movie doesn't have everything from the book.
Well, no, they also like drastically changed the characters. Like Harry in the fucking movie is way more charismatic than fucking he ever was in the book.
To be expected.
Also, when he puts his name into the Goblet of Fire, Dumbledore doesn't storm in and go off his nut. He asks him calmly. I love that meme when people just go to the book text and said, ask Dumbledore quite calmly. Then switches to the movie.
Has anyone seen the latest episode of The Boys? I didn't watch the latest episode of The Boys, but I've seen the clips for it.
But you know the revelation with Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This is the last episode coming up, right, for the season?
Is it?
Yeah, next episode I think is the last one for the season, right?
We call those the season finales.
I don't think so.
Well, no, it's because like I'm not sure if the next one's the last one or not. 2 more episodes left. Okay, I was gonna say because I
was gonna say shit. If next one's the last one, then the next episode coming is gonna be moving at light speed.
I'm pretty sure Soldier Boy's gonna die this season. Unless they're planning to continue this for 5 seasons? I don't know. I'm pretty sure Soldier Boy's not going to make it past this season. Call it a hunch. And then you have fucking the reveal about Black Noir. Kind of interesting they went for the animated cartoon-like aesthetic there. Kyle, what the fuck are you watching in the background? Damn you. Put on your noise filter. Am I the only one who's...
Noise filters don't work when it's other voices.
Are you serious? That's lame. Am I the only one who still finds it hard to differentiate Dean Winchester with Soldier Boy? What do you mean?
Yes.
Yes. Everyone has that problem.
Are you guys here to tell me when you guys see him do shit as Soldier Boy that that's Dean Winchester, that that's what you were thinking?
Dude, whenever I see Daniel Radcliffe in anything else, he's still Harry to me.
You guys are fucking terrible.
Bro, I saw Elijah Wood in something else, and I'm just like, good for you, Fredo.
You kind of have to start having, like, 2 iconic roles before you're not, you know, put together with, like, one specific role.
You guys are terrible.
Oh man, I got them all in one corner.
You mean I'm terrible?
I'm the whale.
Bruh. He's such a well-talented actor, I'm sure. Bro, Soldier Boy is basically Mark Duquesne Dean if he was a boomer.
That sounds amazing.
That's
but
actually...
I haven't seen The Boys.
Fuck, that's actually, like, very very accurate.
How would you take? Would you take his power to be like cross-verse applicable or no?
No, because it only gets rid of like the compound V.
That's
The only thing I would give you, the only leeway is that if he was going up against another character from another series who got his powers from chemicals, so he pretty much fucked Captain America.
I was gonna say, so do you think he beats that one guy from Prototype?
No, there's no characters in Prototype that gets it from a chemical.
What about
virus?
What about Infamous?
Neither. Both get shit done that's DNA based. Like, all the Ray Sphere did was activate Cole's latent, like, conduit gene that he already had and was going to, like, get powers anyway. He just, like, sped up the process by years. And in Alex's case, it's literally a virus that gave him the powers, not a chemical.
I see. Alex Mercer versus Wesker. I think Kyle's working on that one actually.
I'm still doing that one. I'm trying to find like gameplay and make my way through the more obscure games because I want to see. So, like, when I get done, I want to like talk to you about like which tyrants he does and doesn't scale to.
All right, that's fine.
So I can get like a rough estimate where I can put Wesker. Like Alex's section is done. I'm done with Prototype. Like I've already got it scaled. I just need one feat calculated and that's it.
I'm just hoping this breaker load is enough.
Speaking
I
of,
believe I'm correct here. I only have one gold orb that I've used thus far.
yes, you've only used one gold orb so far. Speaking of Infamous, Kyle, do you see the Sucker Punch interview where they said they currently have no plans for a new Infamous or Sly Cooper game?
Of course they would say that. They've said that about Devil May Cry as well, like years ago before 5 came out. Like I remember it was like a year or two before 5 came out, or was even announced.
Well, to be more accurate, they didn't have an estimate on whether or not they were going to make a new DMZ until interviews came out following the release of DMZ Live Special Edition. But
Yeah,
I feel
so
like Sucker Punch is a very different situation because they do not give a fuck.
Sucker Punch also, I don't think I've made anything in like a good while. So like I guarantee you like it'll probably be Infamous or Sly Cooper. I don't think it'll be both though.
Yeah, they're gonna choose one or the other.
Is Wesker the strongest RE character or am I wrong? He is not the strongest RE character.
Wouldn't that be his son?
No. No, Jake's weaker than Wesker, I'm pretty sure.
Aren't there certain tyrants you'll tell me about who would scale higher?
Honestly, honestly, you can argue in physical stats that probably every tyrant could probably scale higher than Wesker base-wise. It's just that Wesker usually has more speed and has, like, his skills and intelligence. There are just some, according to, at least I think, the tyrant in question. There's one in particular I can name, but unfortunately, you didn't want to play the game they were in.
I fucking saw the cut. I've seen Code Veronica. Fuck you.
Alright, son, do you know who I'm talking about, you fucking bitch?
Are you talking about Nosferatu or the one that has like clubs for hands?
I mean Alexa, you dumb motherfucker! The girl with the T. Veronica virus! She's a tyrant!
Would you consider her a tyrant?
Dude, she literally becomes like a fucking monster.
Yeah, but I don't consider all monsters tyrants.
So, basically, if Umbrella made the BOW, it's a tyrant, usually. That's what you would consider a tyrant. There's also...
So that shark thing we fought in 5 would be a fucking tyrant then?
No, it wasn't made by Umbrella. Kyle, pay attention! That was Neo Umbrella! No, Neo Umbrella comes out on 6. Kyle, that was Tricell! Pay attention! I can feel Kyle dying on the other side of the screen. Okay, Kyle, here's one you can answer. Alex Mercer versus Homelander.
Oh. Homelander doesn't really have anything that could put Alex down, and as we know from like cutscenes and the comics, Alex Mercer can absorb you from a touch. And on top of that, even if he couldn't like absorb you, if you think his absorption is based on him being physically stronger than you, Homelander has no immunity to any kind of like viral attack. So he could literally just blacklight him to death, and blacklight has like a 99.99 death rate.
That's a very high death rate.
Yeah, it's a stupid high death rate.
So how many people actually survive it?
I don't know. Some people have the DNA to survive it, some don't.
Well, I guess Homelander... Oh, nice table hopper, jackass. Okay, now hang on a minute. Can I count that? Because you were deliberately trying to not die.
No.
I feel like...
That's the scripted portion.
No! You were trying really hard there.
You can count the mission 12 ones, but not the mission 8 ones. You know how this goes.
I call bullshit on that one. You were trying really hard to not get hit. I don't know.
I should have used Gerbera in the first breakup. Nah. I should have used Ragtimes.
The Equaler, or the Equalizer versus, or the First Blade. Count it if not an S. Alright, Devil's saying count it if not an S. It's an A. Oof.
What the fuck?
Devil has spoken.
You don't even main Nero. Get the hell out of here.
I mean...
Fucking Dante me. Telling me how to play my Nero.
Listen. I'm not gonna count it directly as a 1. I'm just gonna put a parentheses 1 because I genuinely feel since he tried so hard that should be counted. So we're just gonna leave a parentheses 1 there.
Will I get parentheses 1s for the Jack streams?
No. The difference is that... No, so the difference here is that technically Mangler's supposed to lose. So I can't directly fucking, like, take points off, although I want to, because he was trying really hard to kill Urizen. That gameplay was not the gameplay of a guy who was willing to play the game the way it was supposed to be. That's all I'm saying. Nah, Gerber.
You heard it here, folks. Table hopper is not the way the game is supposed to be played.
Do you want to clip something so you can use it against me later?
Depends.
You know how I intend to go
Nero,
through...
but it would have gotten the S.
So
yeah,
you
but
know
you're
how
not streaming for everybody.
Shush. So you know how I intend to go through King Kong?
Yes.
What if I made the deal with you that I won't die?
Not once.
And if I do, it'll only be do the fall damage.
What? That's oddly specific.
No, that's not changing. That's not changing the conditions. I'm just telling you what your only chance is.
What difficulty is it?
There isn't a. Is there a set difficulty?
You can make it hard.
There isn't a set difficulty. Is there?
Hang on.
I don't remember. I don't think there is.
Hang on, let me check. Okay, never mind. I guess there is no difficulty. I guess one was the hard mode. Alright. Well, so you're saying you're only gonna die to fall damage and you're not gonna die to anything else. So what if you die something else?
I won't though.
Kyle, you have to put something up in a wager.
Why don't you give me something to wager?
Alright. For every death that's not due to fall damage, you lose 0.5.
Don't be a bitch. Make it a full 1.
You want to make it a full 1?
Yep.
All right.
And the caveat is when I die, not if the dumb AI teammate dies.
I'll accept those terms. But are we also counting the King Kong levels?
Absolutely.
All right.
Are those like really stupidly designed though?
No, they're fine. It's just that hang on, I'm gonna put the timestamp here so I can save this for later.
And also,
It's playing Ultra Kill.
what do I get if I pass this ordeal?
I'm gonna answer some questions for stream.
Alright, go ahead.
Equalizer first blade, what weapon is strongest? Technically the Equalizer. Because it's the only weapon that we can confirm is directly capable of, one of the few weapons in the series is directly capable of harming Chuck. As when it does shoot, even when it shoots like a piece of his shoulder, he's confirmed to be very weakened.
Depending on how well you actually do, I'll give you some points.
I see.
Now, just to be clear, that would also be based on your performance because of your cockiness. So if you're barely surviving each mission, like on red health, no bullets and shit, if you clear without dying, I'll give you like 1, maybe 2 points.
If you want to, after I get through doing the game the first time, I'll do a challenge run where I only get to use spears and bones. Wait, there are some levels where that's not applicable. I'm just realizing that there are some levels where I actually have to help the fucking... I have to fucking help the AI, and I can't reach them with spears. Or can I?
You can. It's just you have to actually learn how to aim with a fucking spear. Can an Equalizer kill a Mark of Cain user?
Should be able to. That can hurt God. Now, granted, well, actually, yeah, no, it can also do soul damage.
Remember with V, you have Royal Fork, and you can DT the pets to have set moves or allowing you to control them as well as set pattern moves in DT.
Oh, I know. I just don't typically need to send them on autopilot because I don't need that kind of help.
Damn. Look at Mr. Badass over here. I don't need that kind of help. King game was so good. Need to see that? Did I say King? Or was I, or like, is that just like you mistyping? Technically, allegedly, Kyle would be hustling me right now with this shit. But I'm just genuinely curious if he can actually back it up. Because I've seen Kyle talk shit before and not end well. All players in main draw DTs is damage multipliers for their moves.
Where? Or there are times to use them and times to not.
Is the Equalizer more powerful than Death Scythe?
AP-wise, it should be, but Death Scythes have, like, some really good death manipulation. Because it is stated to be capable of killing Shock.
What about the Crash stream? That would be on Kyle's own channel when he finally decides to fucking make that shit happen.
That will be in 3 weeks.
Apparently in 3 weeks.
That'll be 3 weeks on my Friday.
So basically 3 weeks on Thursday in the United States. Oh, my mom leaves that weekend actually. I think she leaves like the days leading up there. You already have the channel made and everything, right?
Yeah, I'll just use my one.
All right. I talk about OC death and new death. Oh fuck no! I got Freddy Fish's chapter. Oh man, if he gets that next drawing done, fuck me. Well,
that fucking fire. It's doing damage to my summons in ways that I do not enjoy or appreciate. There you go. I should have been using Hedgehog. What the hell? Okay, that didn't work.
Correct. Okay, I was gonna say, like, was I fucking up or were you fucking up? They agree with Griffin that it was barbecue time. They just wanted you chart instead. Oh, is Mangler gonna lose his fucking next gold orb? Nope. Well, he died. I missed it. So technically he didn't die. Although technically he did. It was a really tough call. I feel like Mangler abused the situation.
Didn't abuse it. I made a rule regarding things that were not scripted because things in DMC 1 and DMC 5 apply to this.
Listen, for all the people who end up watching the stream later, because like 30 of you watch the stream after the fact, when Mangler dies in Mission 8, can you all just like put in the comments, if you guys would be so kind, as to see whether or not Mangler actually died legitimately in Mission 8? That's all I'm asking for. You know? That's all I'm asking.
Gosh.
That's all I'm asking for. Gold orbs should count as deaths. They do. We count the gold orbs. It's just that...
That's how we determine deaths.
Yes.
That I have to use the gold orb.
He's only used one so far. In the show, someone say First Blade can kill anything, or is that not sure?
That's also another reason I don't count dying in that Urizen fight, is because I can't use a gold orb. The moment you die, it's over. The gold orb determines your death.
Very convenient.
Convenient is literally determined by the gold orbs.
Very convenient.
Now witness Hobo Wars.
Mangler, I live in California. If I want to see that, I'll walk outside.
Starring Kylo Ren. Fucking, what's it called? The Birds.
You were trying not to die, though?
Whatever the hell Shadow is supposed to be.
I think he's supposed to be a puma.
He's a panther.
Well,
Puma.
I know what animal he is. I'm trying to come up with, like, something that would... Oh, what's that one from the Jungle Book?
You mean Bagheera?
Yes.
Well, he's asking what animal it is, Kyle.
What's the name? Is Bagheera? So Bagheera, the Birds, and Kylo Ren.
I'm just gonna place my vote here. I don't think it should count. Why? Because fuck you, Zim. Alright, so Sparta's bias. V is just judging the Apus as a casual day in Britain. What was the strongest attack from Luffy? Technically, it should just be Gear 5's attacks in general. Because technically, by scaling to Kaido, since Luffy now scales to the Emperors of the Sea for sure, he would scale to Whitebeard. So you could argue that, like, if you want to take Whitebeard's statement of being able to destroy the planet, like, maybe you could scale him.
Not destroy the planet. So, he was a threat to the world, which, at best, is multi-con.
I could have sworn, or is that like an anime thing where they say he can shake apart the planet?
No, they said that he could shake the planet, not shake it apart.
I could have sworn they said something about destroying it, but alright. Although, I guess the only real debate now is, does Luffy scale to Prime Whitebeard and Roger and Garp? Although Garp, I don't think ever got weaker.
Didn't Kaido and Big Mom fight Prime Whitebeard?
They fought Prime Roger. Oh no, they fought Roger. But when they fought Roger,
But he could have been sick then.
I don't think
Did
Roger's
he get sick before or after he got the One Piece?
He got sick before. Roger's disease did not weaken him. It just killed him afterwards. There's no like confirmation that Roger's disease actually made him weaker. He wasn't like fucking Whitebeard who needed to be on dialysis the entire time.
Yeah, so if Kaido and Big Mom haven't... If they haven't fought Prime Whitebeard, shit, I'd probably have to say that, like, then they're about island level then.
So the thing is Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom were part of the same crew, and this is before Whitebeard got his own crew, before like he actually like started doing his own thing, and they lost a fight to Roger and Garp's combined forces. The problem is we don't know how that fight went down, and we don't know like who actually fought who. All we know.
Wouldn't we also say that like they had help from Shiki because Shiki was also on the same crew?
Yeah, but the problem is that canonically we don't know anything about Shiki.
We know enough because like the Straw Hats interacting with Shiki is non-canon, but the stuff said about Shiki in the movie is canon.
Is that confirmed?
Yes. He's an in-canon character. He's like Zed.
No, I understand that, but like, okay, so then is that what Shiki's supposed to look like? Then not like that. That's actually
Yes.
Shiki. I wonder if they're gonna try and bring him back for the final arc. Then
I don't think they will because the Neo Marines haven't like been introduced, even though they're introduced in the Zed film.
yeah, but you don't really need the Neo Marines. But like, at least with he's got such a good design. On top of the fact that the final Pirate War is happening. Because make no mistake, the next arc is literally just going to be the one that sets the world ablaze. It's the last arc of or at least it's the last part of the story. Is the One Piece 3-day, 2-year movie canon to the manga/anime? I'm not sure.
If I remember correctly, I think that's just... Doesn't that just go over what they were doing during the time skip?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why not.
Oh, what's going to parry him with that? It seems like that's kind of pointless.
He's reading William Blakey. He's flexing too hard.
Can't flex hard enough to deal with all his health.
Now the real question is, when is Bayonetta 3 dropping?
That is a good question.
Not before the Proto-Angelo dies. That's for certain. Did he just do a 180-degree turn?
Isn't it still slaughtered?
Oh my god, are you serious? He took domination. He took the whole laser and was like, nah.
That's
I
what
don't
she
give
said.
a fuck.
Alright, go, Kyle.
Isn't Bayonetta 3 still scheduled to come out this year?
Yeah.
Yep.
If it gets delayed, that's
Rumor
gonna
is the
suck.
fall.
Sephiroth versus Hades from Record of Ragnarok. What are we giving Sephiroth?
Is this equalized or unequalized? Because technically, Hades did a feat that not even Poseidon, Thor, Zeus could do on his own.
Can I just say I find it amazing that Buggy is a warlord of the sea now?
Everyone finds it amazing.
Non-equalized since Hades doesn't have a cure ability.
Then Hades demolishes by a pure AP.
Buggy's greater than Luffy. Yeah, it depends on where you skill Sephiroth.
Because if this is like non-equalized, the best you can get Sephiroth is Galaxy to like 9 uni, and you have Hades who did something that not even Zeus was thought to be able to do, which already puts him at like low multi.
Must read to gain more power.
Oh yeah, his will be low multi. Yep. Well, you're still getting A's, Mangler, so be happy.
Surprised I fucking got an A. Yeah. So I think you're barred from getting an S if you use a gold orb at all, no matter how many S rings you have, no matter how many points you have. Alright. So I want to do some Dante, but it's also like 1:40 in the morning for me.
Alright, so you just want to call it there?
Yeah.
Alright.
We will resume this next time though. On mission 10.
Alright.
Oh.
Alright, fellas. That's going to be it for tonight's stream. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Thank you guys for coming out as always. Thank you for your time. We'll
Happy
see.
4th of July.
I'll say well, actually, it's still not 4th of July for me. I still got 16 minutes till it's 4th of July.
It's gonna be in case we don't stream tomorrow. Happy 4th of July if we're not here tomorrow.
I was gonna say we'll see what happens tomorrow if we can make a stream happen. Luffy did not meet an off guard to be Buggy, right? Well, we don't even know what the hell Buggy actually does now, because again, it's never even explained how he became a warlord. He just randomly became a warlord. And anyway, fellas, yeah, so we're going to stream now, so that way it's more like focused. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next stream or video.